fucking
Me
rolls. What the hell? Admin, moderator, draft classic 3 coach, Pokeball.
Hey guys, what is cracking? It's Crack Nation coming at you guys today with the second day of the Draft Classic live stream. Day one was an absolute blast. I think I speak for just about everyone that was both involved in being a part of the stream, watching the stream, part of the draft. Just a wild success as far as the experience goes, perhaps while not being a wild success as far as some of our drafting goes. But I'm joined today by a little bit of a different cast. We want to, again, give a big shout out to the guys, Monk, Toti, and Bruno, who were all a part of yesterday's live stream and are not joining us today. And we will be instead rotating in a different set here with Nala and Monk, two members of our coaches panel. Nala and Strokefish. My bad. And they'll be rotating in to give us their thoughts on the drafts and what's unfolding as well. So we are going to go through some power. Anyway, you guys want to add anything before we get started?
Nah, let's get cracking.
Alrighty. So power rankings. We're going to talk about not power rankings, but draft grades is what we're doing. We didn't want to power rank people because so much is still up in the air for tomorrow, or for today. I should say I'm an idiot. So I'm going to go ahead and get this. Let's start talking about these power ranks or these. Oh my God, why am I a buffoon? These draft grades. So we got our coaches panels all here. We're going to pull up drafts, and we're going to just run through them over the next half hour leading up to the start of the draft. And I guess we're going to start with, who do you guys want? I guess we're going to start with Free. All right. So we're going to pull up Free's draft here. He's got, and I just want to say, guys, sorry about how many images have been appearing and not appearing. This is on Google Sheets Ends, and I have no way to actually control which Pokemon decide to appear and when. So I'm sorry about how weird the graphics have been, but I just wanted to put that out there. So we got, you can see everyone's grades of each draft on the screen right here, and you can see as well as the average rank of everyone collectively. So Free gets pretty much B's all around. If any of you guys that were on the coaches panel and gave these rankings, which everyone in this call except for Dan gave rankings, want to talk about why you gave the ranks, go ahead. Why don't we start with Nala with the lowest rank here?
Okay.
Myself.
Yeah. So for me, I'm building with Free, so I know his plan, but I didn't want to let that get in the way. For me, the big thing was that Zeraora was the only electric immunity for Corviknight and Araquanid, which seems to be the beginning of his bulky core, and that's going to force Silvally to run either electric, grass, or ground, or dragon, or any type that resists electric moves to kind of take advantage. Something like Rotom Heat could cause a lot of trouble for this team, partly because Zeraora doesn't want to take an overheat. It's not the bulkiest thing, and while it's really fast, there is that big gap between Zeraora and Mega Diancie, and also the hazard setting isn't fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I definitely thought just electric types with coverage are pretty big problems for this draft. I also think the fact that ground types, Araquanid now comes in, but Edgequake basically destroys this team. Is definitely an issue. I also just thought the Gengar Mega Diancie synergy in general was kind of non-existent. I thought Araquanid kind of went a long way towards addressing the ground weakness overall, but just the fact that you have two really special attackers known for most. I guess Diancie is now also really a reliable physical attacker, but two offensive Pokemon right at that 110 speed tier is going to be kind of pretty easily exploited by a lot of teams, I think. And I also knocked a little bit off here because the boys' Corviknight could have been Celesteela and wasn't. So that was why I docked a little bit. Now Corviknight's a decent Pokemon, but that was just kind of my philosophy. Jatoon, you gave the highest rank of anyone. Do you want to talk about why?
I think it was more a personal thing because I love Mega Diancie. I love Zeraora. I love Corviknight. Silvally fits on this team really well because I think someone said this already, but Rotom Heat destroys this team.
Mm-hmm.
But you can just fill that void with that Pokemon and it's fine.
Fair enough.
I think this is a really underrated draft.
All right, so we're going to move on. We got to move through quickly here, expeditiously, and we're going to move on to the next up, and that is my own draft. So gave pretty much, I got a B. It looks like overall, I think it was a high B. I don't remember. Anyways, I like my draft. I don't love my draft. I think last season, for example, my draft was better at this point. But I think there's a lot of synergy here, and I'm excited to use it. I think I am also already kind of finagling some trades and stuff, so we'll see what happens. But just overall, I think I've got some good speed going, some good breakers, some good cleaners, some bulk, just kind of a well-rounded draft. Maybe without anything too menacing individually. But if anyone else wants to go and talk about it, they feel welcome to.
Should I explain? Yeah.
Yeah, let's say Nala with the B-. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
And then Stroke after me. Yeah. So I was talking a little bit about this yesterday, but like ground spam isn't your friendliest. I guess like it's probably something your opponent can take advantage of. Like Azelf isn't the bulkiest thing, so like if they predict Azelf coming in on the ground move, they could do a lot to it with something like U-turn or something else. But for me, like this is probably just a personal thing, but I always prep for Drill and Zygarde 50 because I know they always get drafted, right? And so like Banded Zygarde 50 doesn't really have a switch on this team. Maybe Feeny if it's like fully possessed, but that allows other things on that team to kind of take advantage. So that's partly why I gave a B-. I also just, I don't know, Snorlax doesn't like, it doesn't fit for some reason. Like the typing works and it's especially bulky, so it helps out Feeny, but it just doesn't fit for me.
All right, fair enough. We're going to have to move on pretty quickly here. So we're going to let Noah get in a couple thoughts if you want, and then we're going to move on.
I gave this draft an A-. I think it's very solid. I think there are some... I think I agree with your statement that it is kind of weak offensively, but like there's still mons like Azelf, Chandelure, Scizor, Mega. Like there's no like standout mon, if you want to call it that. Scizor, I think, is like a really solid mon, and Garchomp's a really good like pairing for that. But it's a very solid draft, very good defensively. I think just some other like support mons would definitely make this very solid. Absolutely.
Fair enough. I just realized a couple of these spots are mixed up on the spreadsheet. So give me a sec.
I was certain I did not give you an A-.
Maybe did you give him a B?
I think I thought I gave him a B-.
I think he may have switched your grades on accident.
Well, no. 1, 2. Yeah, no, I don't know why it's. I think it's just.
He's corrupt.
He's this.
Corrupt.
He's trying to make himself feel
I think
better.
I just mixed those two up. I just fixed it though. We're good. All right. So moving on, we got Neff, who I think was overall the highest rated draft. I'll talk a little bit about it because I gave it A-. I think there's a lot of threats here for sure. Torrentee Aegislash is just really, really solid. It was a really great start. I didn't love the Keldeo pick, and that's mostly why I deducted a couple points here. Obviously, I still give it an A-, so I still think it's a really, really good draft. Don't get me wrong. But I thought the Keldeo pick was kind of iffy. I just don't think Keldeo offers much. I also think this draft is like super weak to like, if we keep in mind that fairy types a lot of them got Mystical Fire, and a lot of them already had like, if you think like a Clefable, for example, a really good go-to fairy type in a lot of like draft leagues with Fire Blast, or Sylveon without Mystical Fire. I can really easily imagine like any of those fairy types causing a really, really huge headache for this draft so far. And I just thought Keldeo did nothing to kind of help with that. Because Fairy plus Fire hits this entire draft, the first entire draft, at least neutrally, most of super effectively. So that was my thoughts. Dan, why don't we have you come in for some thoughts here?
Coming in. I mean, I like Mega Altaria a lot. I think maybe it doesn't get used as much, at least not in my experience. But I know that thing usually likes to run Return. No, does it get pixelated?
Return got removed from the game, so
yeah. So I think that could be a problem for it. Maybe he didn't remember that, or I don't know, but I think that thing's a beast regardless, and I think it's shaping up to be a very offensive draft, like you say, even though it might have some common weaknesses. I think he can gloss that over with the next picks coming up, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Can I
sure,
jump in? Yeah. So for me, what worked, I gave it an A+ because I feel like this is arguably one of the top two, if not the best draft right now. The top three mons can either go physical or special, depending on matchups. So that gives them a lot of versatility, and they pair really well together. Then he's got Croak is just really well known in the draft community for just being annoying and knockoff spamming. And then Keldeo on the special side can pair really well with Croak. And then he's starting his bulky core with Yuki, which is one of the most reliable rockers in the game. This draft just goes ham, honestly.
All right, so let's move on to Monk, a draft that we had a couple of people was apparently pretty polarizing. So let's ask Jatoon why he gave the lowest rank here, and I also gave a pretty low ranks.
Let me find his team. Okay, I didn't like the double psychic at first. I'm starting to get more accustomed to the idea, but I still don't like it. Clef was a weird first pick. I still think he could have waited till round 2 and got something infinitely better. I hate the Magnezone pick. And I just don't think this team fits well together right now. He needs to fix a lot of things right now. But
Yeah, Noah, go ahead.
I was just saying that Akeem is going to be mad because he loves his double psychic. And
No. Honestly, I think this is a draft where like double psychic's not always the worst thing in the world. I just think this might not be the best ones for it. My biggest qualm with this draft was I think Magnezone is trash Pokemon. He reached for it super early, and I don't think Magnezone was even useful for the only reason you ever draft Magnezone these days is because you need a Steel Trapper, and it's not even a good Steel Trapper anymore because it doesn't have Hidden Power Fire to hit Steel types, and then that's infinitely compounded for this team by the fact that this draft doesn't struggle with Steel types at all. It's got a bulky Water that gets fire coverage. Latias has Aura Sphere and
Mystical Fire now.
Mystical Fire now. Arcanine's a fire type. Obstagoon's got close combat. It's not afraid of steel types anyways. Clefable is obviously, I guess, a little afraid of steel types, but it gets fire moves, so it gets coverage for them. So it's not like you need to go out and pick up a steel trapper right away. So I just thought the Magnezone pick, what was a really solid first 5, albeit maybe not perfect because of the double psychic so early in the high tiers. Magnezone just completely I would have probably given this draft an A- or a B+, and it just plummeted because it's just an absolute, I thought, awful Pokemon, both in a vacuum and on this draft. Offers nothing. No, why'd you give it an A? Let me ask that.
I really liked it. I agree that the Magnezone pick didn't really necessarily work. At the same time, I don't think it's enough to hit it down a lot. I feel like he's got the physical threat and Obstagoon, which is literally always a threat. As we know, it has coverage to hit everything neutrally or super effective, which is just scary on its own. He's got a really good Mega, which could have been arguably under tiered because of teleport now. And he's got a really good defensive core in Clefable, Arcanine with Latios just to be annoying for opponents. So I think that's what another thing that's keeping me away is that Clefable is the only rocker at the moment. And that's
you did give it an A, so it clearly isn't keeping you away.
Yeah.
Much. All right, so we gotta keep flying because we're already 10 minutes in, and we are already we're only 4 teams in. So Bruno gets a pretty middling grades for most people. Let's let Noah hop in here.
I think Bruno's draft is very easy to build upon. It has a few notable weaknesses. Obviously, it doesn't really have that much answers for water types. He has Scald Switchins are Marina, and that's pretty much it. It's a solid one, but I feel like that definitely can be patched out in the later picks. Overall, it's very offensive, very Melmetal, Rotom Heat pair really well together. Mega Arrow's a great Mega. I used that last season. It's really nice. And it got some other things too with the new DLC. He has good special attackers. Primarina might be a little lacking because it's a little slower. But, with great physical attackers like Melmetal and Arrow, this is a pretty solid draft overall. And I definitely think it can be brought up to an A or so with extra picks later on.
Fair enough.
Perfect. Well said. Let's move on.
Yeah. Flying through this, we're going to get to the Season 2 runner-up with overall one of the better drafts as well. He gets an A overall from everyone. Tapu Koko, Dragapult, Slowking, Tangrowth, Mega Steelix, Hawlucha. I give this draft an A-. My big Koko and the Hawlucha being so late on a draft with Koko was, I thought, an absolute steal. He got Koko really late, which was amazing. I thought this draft immediately becomes more threatening. He also got Dragapult, which I think most people expected to go round 1. So I think this draft just oozes value, but the only problem is he could have had even more value. What I took points off for was primarily the Mega Steelix pick. Didn't love that. I thought Mega Aggron would have just been strictly better overall without costing even that many more points. Now maybe he's got a plan, so I'm not going to knock it too much yet. That's why I still gave this draft an A-. But Dan, what do you think?
Oh, I pretty much agree with everything you said. I think that it's incredibly offensive. It has incredible offensive potential, but also defensive potential with stuff like Slacking and Tangrowth with Regenerator, especially from support from a Mega Steel, a beefy Steel type. That's great. That's great all around from me.
All right, fair enough. So let's keep flying through these. We're going to go on to Nala here, who got a little below average, I'd say, overall ratings. My biggest knock on this draft, I thought he's got some good value. I'm not a big Nihilego fan. I think Nihilego is a little bit of a Trapmon overall. Which is a phrase we throw around a lot, which basically just means a Pokemon that's good on paper and bad in practice. But my biggest knock on this draft, funny enough, is knockoff. I think the biggest problem he's got here is that his megas, usually megas are relied on some drafts to like switch into knockoffs, and his mega can't switch into knockoff, and his other Pokemon all need their item or are weak to knockoff or are like going to like, you know, basically Rotom Wash is this team's knockoff switch in so far, and that's a bad place to be, I think, just overall. So that's why
if I could.
yeah, and so I'll let Nala rebut absolutely.
Yeah. So I understand that completely. Kofag was kind of like a panic pick
Yeah, that
because I
happens,
wanted
dude, that
Moltres. But
happens.
yeah, Moltres got sniped, and I legitimately had no idea what to do. So I just took Kofag because I had it season 1 and I liked it a lot, and like I've used it before, so I know how to use it.
I think it's
But
a good
I agree.
Pokemon. It's just like
Yeah, it doesn't fit with the team.
wasn't the fit. Yeah.
And like you're right about the knockoff weakness, but I've got a plan. So
And I will say, and to your credit, you have the biggest budget going into day 2 of anyone in the league.
yeah,
So I think
which I'm really happy about.
you have
yeah.
the most chance to change what's going on in the you're in control of your own destiny here. Let's
Yeah.
move on to Noah. Let's let him, who maybe got the highest rank. He's one of those top few teams. Noah, let's let you talk about your draft a little bit.
So I got Mega Zam round 1 because I felt like even though it might not have been the number 1 best Pokemon, it was definitely a Pokemon I wanted to use and one that was really with Nasty Plot. It also and just going into the next picks, having wheel picks, having Gliscor and Ferrothorn was a really nice like core because obviously 4 times weaknesses you want to pair with other 4 times weaknesses. So having that is really nice. I kind of built a good high bulky core, so it allowed me to get some more offensive mons like Terrakion to deal with like dark types and things that Alakazam doesn't really want to deal with, and things like Vaporeon and Grimmsnarl to kind of patch up some other weaknesses. So that's
Absolutely. Justin, what do you think about this draft?
I like it. Moving on, because we have to keep going quick.
All right, well, I guess June wants to move on because he's next. Maybe I don't know if we do that. But,
Not like I do that.
he gets just a nice, I think probably slightly above average. A lot of B pluses here. He gets a nice middle ground draft. I'll talk a little bit about this. I thought this was a really good draft. I really liked it actually. But the knock on for me was that I thought Dragonite was kind of a weird pick. And I'm not the biggest Lycanroc fan. I think it got a lot better this generation, but I've never been the biggest fan of that rock type because this team's rockers aren't great. It's basically forcing Deoxys Defense to be a rocker every week because Lycanroc Dusk is never going to be a good go-to rocker. I also think the biggest problem, the biggest problem that really reduced points for me was the hazard clearing game is really, really bad. Maybe the worst in the league at this point in the draft. That was my biggest knock. Is that Dragonites, I mean, I forget if it's a team that didn't draft a hazard clear yet, but Dragonite's a really bad hazard clear at that. Like, obviously you can run bulky Dragonite sets. We've seen those exist, but not something you want to do. And if you're relying on your Dragonite to run like heavy duty boots defog every week, you're killing its potential as a good defogger. I don't know. Jujun, do you want to talk about your team a little bit?
I like it. Moving on.
Well, no.
Wait, I just want to say,
yeah, no, go ahead.
it's also like
I'm gonna start calling on you.
No, it's one thing. It's just this team is a little flying weak. Like a Scarf Brave Birder could be a little bit of a problem.
Sure, fair enough. Lycanroc's not the bulkiest to take those Pokemon on. Although to be fair, it can revenge those flying types pretty easily.
Right.
Right. I just think for me the biggest knock was just the hazard clearing game at this point in the draft is not what you want to see. We're gonna keep flying forward as we're not even halfway yet, but we're halfway through the time we have. I guess we haven't had the updated picks put in the spreadsheet yet. Maybe we have. I don't know.
You have?
Togekiss and Fortress.
Togekiss and Fortress. I can put those in right now, actually, if they're not in yet. Togekiss and Fortress were the last 2 picked up, which changed a few spots here. But this was a draft that we were all kind of crapping on. And I honestly this is the consensus worst draft in the league right now. We are not enjoying this draft. I don't know. Who wants to talk? Who wants there to be?
Well, I'll talk about it.
Go.
All right. So I don't get any one of these picks. Darm was a good pick. Gothitelle was a bit weird for round 2. Rillaboom was really weird for round 3. I'm okay with Hoopa. Togekiss and Fortress. I figured he'd go for like webs, and then he didn't. So now his team's just extremely slow for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, he's still got the potential to pick up a Weber. I think that's all we're all expecting because he's got like just 3 wall breakers. Like, I would hate to, and like honestly, Gothitelle and Togekiss are also really good stall breakers. So really, this team is just built to destroy stall teams. But the thing is, like, I don't think anyone in the league has drafted a stall team.
No.
So
it's also
maybe EzBake, but that's pretty much it.
So I don't know. It's just an interesting draft. not loving it. So I don't know who gave it a good rating. Free gave it a B. I don't know why. We'll move on. Toti with the Lisbon Lapras. I thought this was a really solid draft. I thought this was an above average draft. I think that seems to be the general consensus, getting an average of a B plus. Deoxys Speed was a really, really good pickup for him. Deoxys Speed Celesteela. This might be the best A/B first 2-round punch in the league right now. Mega Gyarados was an interesting pick. I kind of liked his picks later in the draft. The only pick that really took away from me was Thundurus Therian, honestly. I hate that Pokemon, like, passionately. I think it's awful. But if other people have thoughts, you're welcome to discuss it.
Solid.
Yeah.
I like it. Moving on.
Yeah.
All right. Daniel is up next with a pretty polarizing draft. We had a lot of all over the place ratings for this guy. With myself giving it a C+, Jatun giving it a C, but then Bruno and Free giving it an A, and Monk as well, A, and Knowledge and Stroke picking a little bit more middle ground, safer picks. But I thought Mew was awesome. Mew and Fernape was a great first 2 Pokemon. And then I think the double down on ground types was pretty brutal for me, because what is this team's ground type switch in? Because Gyarados gets covered by Edgequake. So I feel like this whole team is ready to lose to Edgequake on a drop of a hat.
That was my turn.
Ditto is a problem for this draft.
Okay.
Fair enough. I don't know. I don't think I wouldn't read too much into one specific Pokemon like a Ditto. but I will say this draft is in general in trouble, and I hope Dan has a plan to correct that either today or in free agency, because he also doesn't have a lot of points left. That Excadrill pickup, while it's a great Pokemon, I love the idea of a Sand team, and I think he's got the good backbone of a Sand team. I think Nidoqueen's probably got to go. If this is gonna it's just my honest thoughts. Dan, what do you think about your draft? Talk about it a little.
Nah, I just was trying to make a team that was really hard to prepare for, because I'm always talking about versatility. So I feel like I scored that with Mew and Infernape. And I think that Tyranitar with Excadrill is really nice. Gyarados covers weaknesses pretty well. I can try to look for a Fire, Water, Grass core with Infernape, Gyarados, and a Grass type. Because like you say, I got a pretty bad ground and water weakness at the moment. So looking to patch that up.
Yeah. That's another point. Your water weakness, like your Scald switching, doesn't exist.
Yeah, don't worry about that, though. I'm on it.
So, all right, let's move on. The Arizona Swellows. A little bit of probably a slightly below average draft. I don't know. Let me put the floor. Who wants to talk about it first? Noah, you want to go?
Sure. This draft is definitely interesting. I think there's some good pickups here, like Conk and Venusaur. It's just a little underwhelming, Like, I'm not really seeing anything that's really like standing out as a mon that like I'm really scared to face. Like Hydreigon and Victini are probably the biggest things there, but like they're both a little underwhelming. You know what I mean? Like Victini is probably going to be running heavy duty boots, maybe Scarf or Expand or something like that. But even then, like, aren't really like it's too slow to really be that.
I agree.
So,
Right.
I don't know.
I think just speed control in this draft is awful.
And that too.
It's versatile. I think Hydreigon, Victini, Venusaur are all pretty deceptively versatile Pokemon. I hate Blissey in draft format, so I don't really understand that. People are always talking about Venusaur, Blissey, but like Psyshock is a move. I just wasn't really into Blissey Venusaur as much as I think other people on the stream yesterday were.
Yeah.
And Lucario I think is an absolute Trapmon, huge Trapmon in my opinion. Like you think like Nasty Plot, Swords Dance, but then it's like actually Extreme Speed's not even stab, and your attacks are mixed, so neither is actually even that good, and you're an awful rocker, and this is now your second fighting type with a steel type. If anything, I'm talking myself into maybe this should have been a C+ draft in my eyes. Like,
This draft, I rated the lowest.
I'm kind of talking myself into making this draft lower right now. The more I look at it,
Flying Spam is another this is a problem for
absolutely.
this team as well.
Even more, I agree with you. Even more on this draft. This draft gets demolished by a strong Brave Bird user because it's also too slow. So like a lot of flying types are like 100 plus. You're in trouble.
Like a Staraptor just destroys it.
Absolutely, 100%. What's the switch in? It doesn't exist. Let's move on to North York Yampers. Iceman, a good draft, I think, but definitely one with a lot of holes that he's got to fix going into day 2 with not a lot of budget. Tentacruel's another Trapmon.
I'm on a pure Trapmon.
I thought Gallade was a pretty bad pick for this draft. It's a second offensive psychic type, right at the same speed tier. So
Definitely get rid of Latias though. Like I think like delayed Lando is pretty like.
but like this draft loses to an offensive ghost type really bad right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Like really, really bad. Like, what's the Gengar switch in?
I do not see one.
You know, so like Scarf Gengar, for example, would just tear this draft in 7,000 pieces. So the value on Gallade that late, maybe a top 3 mega, was insane. But I don't know if anyone wants to try to like. No, Monk was the highest grade. Free gave it an A, I guess. I don't know why. But I think. Does anyone want to add anything?
I'll move on.
All right, let's move on to.
We have like a minute per team.
Yeah, Seattle Slackings. Oh, this is. I know why this isn't working. Oh, there we go. That'll help it a little. Seattle Slackings take Landorus, Mega, Milotic, Bronzong, Superior Darm. We got a Firewater Grass Core here. None of the stuff is coming up for this draft, is it? On the screen. Anyway, somebody go ahead and start talking about the draft while I'm fixing this.
I mean,
You know I'm a big fan of Firewater Grass Cores, so
Yeah.
I like that about it already. I think Landorus is also really powerful. Obviously gets Sheer Force, and
There we go.
a strong Earth Power can be a problem for a lot of drafts, including mine at the moment, so I like that.
This is one of the rare instances where Null and I agreed on a.
Yeah. For me, the big thing was like, you guys were talking about a fire weakness yesterday and putting the pressure on Milotic. Darmanitan is not the best fire switcher, so it's the pressure on Milotic is still there, and plus Darmanitan is taking its own recoil, and that's a lot of recoil. So Milotic's gonna have to put in a lot of work, and those 32 coins are gonna have to find another fire resist.
Absolutely.
Great.
Yeah, I think that's a good analysis right there. Let's move on. So Rhode Island Mewtwo's. It's a decent draft, I think. I didn't love the Rotom pick, and that was a really big detraction for me. First of all, I got sniped by the Rotom pick. That annoyed me to no end. But
He's not bitter about
he
that.
also
I'm sure
already had a
grid.
pivoting, bulky, offensive electric type. And he also had Kartana already as a grass type.
weird.
So, like, he just doubled down on typings. Now, I think we're all expecting this to turn into a rain draft. And I think if Rotom had been, like, maybe his Pelipper or something else better, like, this draft could have been really, really good at this point. Like, could have easily been, like, a top 5 draft at this point. Also, Incineroar, I was under the assumption that this is going to turn into a rain draft. I don't know if I like Incineroar very much.
Yeah, it doesn't. But oh well.
But it's a good Pokemon, and I don't know. Anyone want to add anything?
He wanted us to trash talk his Rotom pick, so the Rotom pick was awful.
It was bad. It was really bad, and that's the only reason I would have given this draft an A- or B+, A- without Rotom on this, if like for the first 5, and then that was a really bad pick. And he also sniped me, which makes it feel that much worse, man. like you sniped me for a bad pick. Like,
No one cares who sniped you.
all right, so wow, only one picture is working on this screen.
Greenwish Clay.
So Greenwich Glaceons, what do you guys think about this draft?
Mush. I didn't like the first pick Weavile, and that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth for the rest of his draft.
He doubled down on bulky waters, dude.
Yeah, he was like Seismitoad and Slowbro, which is a little weird. I guess it's fine because it's like they do different roles, but it's still kind of odd. And there's really no huge threat in this team other than Thundurus, and then Weavile is kind of like a secondary. So I guess that's fine. Mega Aggron's cool. It's just like very underwhelming. So I think that's why it's a little below average. But I mean, I don't know. He still has a few points left, so he could definitely get some like higher tier mons and still be okay.
He also took Moltres from everybody, so.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, let's move on. We got 3 people to get through here, and 4 minutes to do it. So next up is the El Paso Chinchinos, and it's a good draft. I think this is an above average draft. I think for the most part we all agreed on that, except for Jatoon. So do you want to talk about this a little bit?
Oshawott?
Yeah.
I just don't like the synergy. It's more so a personal thing, which all my rankings were. I just hate the synergy in this draft altogether.
Fair enough. I thought Zygarde Jirachi was a really good core early on. Just good synergy there, personally. After that, sure, it kind of fell apart maybe a little bit. I think Weezing Galar was a big snipe, but also an absurd reach at the same time. So that's my thoughts there. I think overall, though, it's a good draft. Just definitely has a little more to work on today.
He could have waited on.
Yeah,
Pincer, too.
exactly. I think so. I agree on that. I don't think Pincer was going to go anywhere. Let's move on to BC, who got pretty good grades from everyone. I gave it actually, Jatun and I gave pretty high grades too. I really, really like this draft. This is a draft I would absolutely love to use personally. A lot of Pokemon I really like. I think Skarmory was a good pickup for it. My biggest concern is maybe he's a little electric weak. Raikou and Kyurem Black don't want to come in all game long. They're not like the bulkiest Pokemon.
Week 2 as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's got to pick up. Also, his hazard clearing game's not terrific yet. Skarmory is really good overall, though. So I don't know. I thought this was a really solid draft, but clearly I'm a little higher than most. I don't know. Noel, what do you think is the person who gave it a B?
Well, again, another team with another fire weakness that's like forcing the water type, and in this case, this water type likes being more offensive than bulky.
That's true. No, good point.
So,
good point. That's very fair.
Like Darmanitan could like be a problem for this team. I feel like it was that, but also like Defog and Rocks on Skarmory. Like the hazard control is not amazing either.
All right, and now moving on to the last one here, we've got the Orlando Magic Guard EzBake, the season 2 champ, with a really good draft, I think. Just kind of don't like how stally it's getting, but Suicune was a brutal snipe for me. But Mega Metachamp I thought was a really nice piece for this draft, just because it gives what's otherwise a stall draft this really insane breaking power right off the bat. Magirna's obviously going to be great on any draft. I don't know. I think this is a solid draft. I'm curious to see where it goes today. He's got a lot of budget left. He's got to make some moves for some more offense, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And hazard removal.
Yeah, no. Does he not have a clear?
Nope.
Wow,
nothing.
I just realized that. Wow. Okay, fair enough. And
I have the worst removal.
Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Second worst removal goes to Jatoon. Second worst.
It's like I'm apparently the worst.
Oh yeah, because at least you have a Dragonite.
Yeah.
That thing's a beast defog or what?
Hey, with heavy duty boots now, I can't really fly.
Yeah, that thing's god tier. Don't let Akeem get you down, Jatun.
I won't. I don't listen to the haters.
Yeah,
Got my
exactly.
hater shades on right now.
All right, well, we're about to start the actual draft, which is exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's 2
team is
o'clock.
up. On the clock.
Am I up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That is how that
What is
works.
the team gonna go for today?
I wonder. I really wonder. Yeah.
Oh, and with the shocking.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, not a big shocker, I'm guessing.
Always picking comfortable Pokemon, man. Come on.
Dude, I already drafted so many Pokemon I'm uncomfortable with, and today's gonna get rough from here on out. So the fact that I can just get my, also for me, like Swellow is just a big it's a speed tier that I need.
Yeah, good mon.
Like I think having a mon that's over 120 that you can bring every week if you need to is just always gonna be good, and I like Swellow a lot. It's not, I will say, there's so many bad Pokemon over 120 speed. Like it's like if you don't draft Weavile, a fast Mega, or Coco, or I guess now Dragapult, Zeraora too. It's really small how many good Pokemon are up there.
Looks like Monk settled for the other pick Akeem was thinking about getting.
That was my backup because I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Ooh, Monk.
Honestly, it's not terrible. The speed is really nice for his fastest Pokemon was Latios, but yeah, it fits on his team pretty well. He doesn't have a psychic he doesn't have a psychic weak Pokemon at all, so it fits well there. Electric weaknesses are not apparent, and rock weaknesses are not there that much either, so fits pretty well.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Fits well and gives him a fairy resist along with Magnezone. Oh, I guess he had Arcanine too, so fairies are well under control.
Yeah, but Magnezone doesn't count.
EzBake picks up Dugtrio for some hazard setting, not hazard removal though. So we're still waiting.
I think this really works though because it traps those electrics that beat down Suicune, and his team can definitely beat down grass types. So Suicune is looking like a problem for other teams.
Yeah, that's an interesting pick though. But electric types, any coverage move will beat Dugtrio.
That is true. Yeah.
But
Dugtrio's not bad in draft, so
it's an interesting pick. I don't know if I love it personally. I don't know if I love it. Dude still doesn't have. He's got 23 points left and no hazard clears.
This just looks like Gen 7 stall plus Meltank, honestly. With Meta.
Livegrade is up next, who picks up Gastrodon.
Down.
So gets himself a water immunity if he wants it.
Still no flying resist.
Still no flying resist. We're not worried about that yet, though.
As a bulky water, I'm not a huge fan of Gastrodon. I don't know what you guys feel about it. It fits his draft okay because he doesn't really have a grass weakness otherwise, so it does fit as that 4x weak mon. But I don't know. Quagsire might have been good. Swampert could have been cool.
Yeah, Swampert was a Pokemon that I probably would have taken over this year. Swampert got Body Press and bulk up this generation.
And it gets rocks too, which would have alleviated.
And rocks, exactly, because he's rockers, Blissey, and Lucario.
Wait, Lucario gets rocks? Are you sure?
I don't think it gets rocks.
Never mind. I always think it does. It doesn't. You're right. So so Blissey's his rockers. So the problem is he drafted a ground type and a steel type that aren't rockers. So.
Right. What I'm okay with about Gastrodon is like normally I would take a water for like Darm and like the other physical attackers that need water, like pure waters or water types that don't cancel out that resistance. But he has Conk, which could easily beat Darm 1v1. Like Mach Punch just Okos it right away. So I think that Gastrodon's not the worst in the world. But I agree Swampert was probably better.
But now, what if like you? Now I just have a question. Now you like seem to like really be into picking for a specific Pokemon. But what if he like? It's very likely he lives in a world where you never play that like this one Pokemon. It's more likely that you don't than you do.
Right. I just like to be safe. Like because as you build a draft, there start to be certain Pokemon that just beat that draft, and so that's like in the later rounds, like. For me, second half of the draft.
Fair enough. No, different strategies exist. I'm just curious. I wanted you to explain why you have that philosophy.
Yeah, that makes sense. I also just don't like Necrozma, so now I always prefer it, so I expect people to have that.
Free might get skipped. Hold up.
I have his. He put all of his picks. I'm just gonna assume that's what he's picking.
Ooh.
Which is a good pick, by the way, for his team.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So he takes Gudra. I love Gudra. It helps that water weakness we were talking about.
And electric weakness.
And the electric weakness a little bit. It's not helping the ground weakness, but he's not super ground weak. It does help a lot, but I think it's just a solid pick. It's a solid pick.
Yeah, it does kind of fill. It's a solid mon. He has a lot of special attackers, so I think Zeraora is definitely gonna have to carry the weight, and then Dansey will probably have to be physical a lot of the time. But I mean, honestly,
Araquanid can go either way. People don't realize.
Araquanid's not a mon I'm considering.
Araquanid is really powerful. Don't sleep on that thing. I like Araquanid. Liquidation or Hydro Pump.
What?
Anyways, alrighty. So Jatoon's up.
I'm getting webs. Galvantula is my pick.
Alrighty, I like that pick. I like that pick a lot.
I wanted another Volt Switcher. I wanted something that could get up webs, and that was literally
Boo becomes very, very scary. Although, unfortunately, Jatoon does not take a step towards fixing his lack of hazard clearing.
Don't worry. I'm working on it.
Getting there eventually.
Sun's definitely keeping that Ultra Sun color scheme going on. The yellow and oranges and reds and browns. So, plenty of props for him there.
I'm working on it. Don't worry.
Are you gonna get a few blue mons later on? Because that's gonna definitely help you out.
Dude, getting colorful. Honestly, if you get a
colorful
draft, your draft's gonna be good, guaranteed. If you draft a colorful draft, we've seen a run on the fast flying types this round.
I don't know how to feel about Noivern.
I'll shoot to Noivern get taken.
Don't love the pick. Scarf ice types or Scarf ice moves in general. He's got a Milotic and a Bronzong, I guess, but like just a good ice type attack, like an Ice Shard plus think about like a Weavile.
Yeah, Ice Deck could be scary because he's got Landorus as well and Superior. Even with support from stuff like Milotic and
I get the importance of the speed tier, and I think Noivern's a good pick if he wants that, but I just don't love the typing synergy there.
My turn. I think I know what I'm going to take. Yeah. I've been eyeing this from the beginning. and it's definitely a reliable rocker. So it takes off the pressure off of Nihilego.
Sandaconda, weird pick.
I like trying new mons. I like trying.
Wish
Like
I knew what that felt like.
Loves his old mom. No, Nala, I play a lot of NU, and Sandaconda is one of the best Pokemon in NU. It's very solid. Yeah. It fills a lot of roles that people don't know because it is like it can glare, it can rocks. It's pretty
coil.
Coil, yep. So you can be a Rat Talk coil set, which is really solid.
Especially with Shedskin, I don't need to run Sleep Talk.
I think it's a little early, but I think it's definitely a solid pick. I think you could have waited maybe rounds. But
I think you could have waited. That's my biggest thing. It's a bit of a reach. And Nala makes sure he always has the most budget.
He's saving up for that Necrozma late game. So
I wish I would take Necrozma, but I got Mega Lottery. I don't need Necrozma.
Yeah, remember when everyone was yelling at me how Necrozma needs to be top tier, and it goes undrafted so far?
That's a 10-point system. This is like...
Anyways,
Bruno with the Orbeetle.
Orbeetle, that's like a Bruno. I feel like that's a very Bruno-mon. A great Pokemon for this draft, though.
I agree.
Things like a Breaker, Kamao, Melmetal, Primarina become so much more scary now that they have webs to contend with. People also forget that Orbeetle gets Body Press, so Steel types do not wall it. It's a good pick.
Yeah. I actually think it fits really well. Like the weaknesses it has get covered up by everything already.
I think it's a decent pick here. Yeah, I think it's a good synergy pick. I like that pick. Securing a good Weber early.
Yeah. So that's 2 Webers this round now. Galvantula and Orbeetle.
Yeah, true. Run on the Webers. We got
7 scores Blacephalon.
Blacephalon. Right, so he took Moltres, and then he took... All right, cool.
Okay, that's a super sus pick. I do not love the pick.
I don't like that at all.
I feel for Nala because the guy took Moltres, but so the guy's doubling down on all of the types, like 2 fire types, 2 flying types, 2 water types, and we're only 7 picks in, and he's only got 22 points left.
Blacephalon is definitely a weird pick, for sure. It's Thundurus, and if we're talking about special breakers, Thundurus is a really solid one. It can be physical too, so I guess it alleviates that. But Cephalon, I don't know. That wasn't really the pick.
Yeah, this is also
the hazard removal is not great.
Moltres is better now at it, but but
you've got Moltres, Thundy, Weavile, and Blaze, and you're not running boots on all 4. That's
to run boots on everything. Good thing boots exist. This draft would be in big trouble.
Apparently, I sniped Lake Ross. Uh-oh.
Wow.
Sandaconda on that. Why would he need Sandaconda?
He's got a mega... He's actually going for a sand team, and we were all wrong this whole time.
Surprisingly, no one's gotten Dracovish or Dracozold, actually, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, why do you think this clown drafted Sandaconda?
He knew.
I'm on to you, buddy. I hear you laughing nervously in the background. You with your 30.
Nah, I'm just running. I'm running Shedskin every week. I'm running Shedskin every week. So you're never gonna see the
Someone spitting on.
How do you pronounce this? Lake Ross?
Lake Ross.
Lake. Mr. Ross.
15 seconds.
He's typing. Jatoon's typing. Everyone's typing. What's it gonna be?
Jatoon, didn't he say Sandaconda?
Oh no.
No.
Sandaconda has been picked first.
Oh, right. You're right. I keep thinking we keep talking about Sandaconda, so I'm confused. Dude's been typing an essay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know how to feel about that.
Probably.
He's feeling the pressure.
I actually really like that.
I mean,
I actually really like that.
I don't mind that. I still think I still like I keep looking at the Road to Mo Double Down, but Scoliped's a good pick for the team. I think I just don't like that specific one.
I agree because it's setting those spikes and T-spikes for Mega Swampert and Kartana to just break through opponents' teams, and even Lele, and it only needs 1 speed speed pass to make certain things on this team like too fast for everything else.
Yeah, I think it's another way to deal with grass types. Maybe relieve some of that pressure off of Zapdos.
I think he missed out on taking Hit Range Setter, but he can still get that.
I think he's just playing it risky and like gonna take his rain setter like super late.
Yeah, I could ruin this man.
But the thing is, though, after Pelipper, he's gonna only have 10 points left. That should be okay, though. I mean, all he really needs is like a few. And...
Polytoad is 5 points, so he could go for Polytoad if he wanted.
And also like he could kill himself while he's at it. Like,
oh my god, Akeem!
PG.
My bad.
Z-rated, telling us not to.
What is up with you?
No, dude. But like, I'm just saying, Polytoad is such a bad Pokemon.
But Ashgabat Senpai gets Chansey. How do you feel about Chansey?
Bad in draft,
but it's a bad Pokemon in draft format. But I guess
Chansey.
It's okay.
This team, it's actually not terrible.
Weezing, it's. I mean, any fighting types. You got a Galarian Weezing there.
It's an interesting core. Is this thing get teleport as well or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still picks.
It takes off the pressure off of Jirachi to not rock every time.
Oh, true.
That is true.
Right.
And it's cool Pinsir too, actually. Like.
Yeah, I think he needs to find more clearing because Pinsir relies on not having rocks up.
I think Cinderace does a good job of that, though. Like, you're always hesitant to click rocks with Cinderace there. Or any hazards, for that matter.
I don't know if I agree with that, but yeah, I get where you're coming from.
I also don't like Blastoise, so yeah, I agree with you guys.
The thing with
OT picks up Hitmontop for some hazard removal and a nice Intimidate user. I'm a big fan of Hitmontop. I think he's cool.
How does this fit on the team?
Let's go.
It's a pretty good fit. I think it was a pretty big reach. But...
This team is very, like, it seems very, like, I don't know, I feel like I've seen it before, but it seems very effective in what it's going to do, so.
Yeah, this team is very well-rounded.
Daniel, you're up.
I don't see any common weakness.
Daniel!
Will he patch up one of his numerous weaknesses?
Yeah, so I'm sort of torn between Virizion and Alomomola. I like Virizion because it's a ground and a water resist and also gives me a knockout switch in, but I don't like it because it's the same speed tier as Infernape.
It's a fighting.
And then
I think
it's also a fighting type.
If you want any input, I mean, Alamola is a much better fit for your draft.
Yeah, I was leaning towards that as well. Even though I think Virizion's really good, I'm gonna go with Alomomola. Whatever that. There you go, dude. Alomomola. Just to try to relieve some pressure off of Gyarados. I don't have to bring defensive Gyarados every week.
And you spelled Chestnut wrong.
And you got those fat wish passes.
Yeah, and that thing's HP stats kind of ridiculous. Plus, it gets knockoff and scald and all that annoying stuff. So.
And Regenerator,
of course, Regenerator as well. So.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, you know, one of like the main things. King BC picks Mandibuzz though.
Ooh.
Oh.
It's actually okay. So that's a really solid pick for round 7 because with heavy duty boots, Mandibuzz has become, in my opinion, default.
It's one of the best defog. Yeah, I agree. It honestly is the best defogger. It's got a typing where it can just run dual stab or U-turn, defog, and roost, and it doesn't need anything else.
My thing is, he's struggling on points right now. 17 left.
Yeah, it's clear which teams are going for those 11 mon teams and 12 mon teams.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, it's not a super great fit for his team, but it will definitely help with some bulky psychic types, which I think were a little bit problematic for him. Other than actually, never mind. I don't know. It's okay. I guess it's very bulky. So
Re and Mandibuzz is going to be frustrating though.
All right. So who is next here? Lewis.
My tummy rumbling.
Iceman with the Ambipom pickup.
All right.
I don't like that.
I don't know why you wouldn't pick Chino instead of Ambipom.
He has a ghost immunity now.
I don't know why you would. I still know why you wouldn't pick Chinchino instead.
Chinchino gets U-turn too, right?
They both get
They
U-turn. The
both
difference
do.
is that Chinchino gets moves that actually make use of Skill Link a little better. Ambipom
think
gets
you're
Technician,
running-
which is nice,
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Which is-
Actually, wait, no. Doesn't Chinchino also get
it gets
Technician?
fake out. No, Chinchino gets skill link,
No,
but
they both
Ambipom
get
gets
Skill
fake
Link.
out.
They both get Skill Link.
Yeah.
Don't they also both get Technician?
Chinchino does get Technician as well.
Yeah,
wow.
they both get both.
Oh wow.
So I'm pretty sure Chinchino's like objectively better because Ambipom doesn't get anything except Tail Slap to make use of Skill Link.
Right.
fake out.
Chinchino gets-
Fake out.
That doesn't make use of
I thought you were
skill.
talking about fake.
Yeah,
out.
skill.
I thought you
So
were talking.
and Chinchino gets Bullet Seed and Pin Missile and Rock Blast, I think.
Is 1 point less. So so this pick is good.
That's why, yeah.
At this point, but I'm gonna go for it because I think it fits my draft super well, and I don't really.
Ooh. I think it's really good this gen now that I got neutralizing gas as well,
Great.
and I think it fits your team really well.
Yeah, do you want to explain why you like this pick?
Well, other mons that I'm thinking about getting later are a little fighting weak. And my team is like not psychic weak at all, bar Terrakion, but like literally have like 3 resists to it. So it's not a super great type versus my team, and it helps with the grounds, and it was just a good poison type.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Any fair resist you can get that isn't weak to ground is pretty good in my book. So
Fairy too. It's kind of a little weakness in my team at this point. So,
Neff
We got
is
Neff.
up next, which is widely considered the best draft right now.
Yeah.
he maintains that reputation.
Kenny-
Oh, he got sniped.
Oh,
did we Weezing?
He wanted whiz. Yeah, he wanted Weezing.
I picked it there. I'm sorry.
Golbat's the same thing.
Yeah, with defog and
But Golbat's not exactly the same thing. Weezing gets Toxic Spikes,
Yeah, I was kidding. dude.
and Weezing also is a little more offensive.
there's more coverage.
Yeah.
Weezing
It
is
also doesn't have to run a Violet.
true. Get that nasty.
Golbat's really passive is the problem. It's like only got Super
Yeah.
Fang for damage,
Got U-turn.
but it's got U-turn,
Great Bruce.
and so I don't know if I think he just probably because I kept saying this draft is very weak. It's very weak. It's very weak.
Yeah, he probably wanted a fairy resist. So probably
Doesn't
won't
mean
see a
I
field
would
effect
think
from
I
him
kind of
now.
had a similar problem too. Was my other than Ferrothorn, my fairy answers were not super there, and so just having another option like just in the back is really nice to have.
Ooh, that's interesting. I don't know if I like that pick actually.
Pulls a 180 and goes for the Heliolisk instead.
True thing.
That's such
I
a
don't
bad
really like
snipe
that.
for me.
Oh, did you?
no.
It gives him a pivoter. I think Heliolisk is cool because it can also be Scald switch in with dry skin.
That's true.
That's why I wanted
That's
it.
true.
So I think even though that doesn't help his fairy weakness at the moment, and it does suck that Weezing got taken from him, I think that's still a really nice pick. It's a pivot, it's a water immunity, and he didn't have an electric type yet. It's a strong special attacker, so I still like that pick from Neff.
I think it's good for in bulky waters for sure, which I think his team was a little struggling with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing is the A1 of taking care of bulky waters.
Yeah, very nice there, but interesting.
Forays is up with Quagsire.
Definitely someone.
Wow. I think he might have sniped someone. I think I knew someone that wanted that, but I'm not sure.
I just
I
don't get it.
Yeah, I still don't know what's happening with this draft. He had he got Togekiss, Fortress, and now Quagsire. I mean, Fortress
I do
is
wanna
like a slow
say-
pivot, so sure,
Yeah.
I guess. Quagsire,
I do. Yeah.
you're unaware.
Yeah.
You can go ahead, just talk over
Yeah,
it.
I just wanted to say that like I really like the pairing of Fortress and Quagsire. Just those two work so well together and can like pretty much take down anything together because of their typing synergy, which allows for like Darm and Hoopa and Goth and Rillaboom and Togekiss to kind of just take out the other threats.
Yeah, I think that's a fair
Right.
point. It's just Fortress might have some survivability issues compared to
Mhm.
Quagsire, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Right.
Yeah, I need to like stop analyzing that draft because I have no clue. It's just mental capacity.
Okay,
So Pisces takes
Pisces with
Volcarona to
Volc-
wrap up the
Oh
round.
no!
that is scary.
I
But
really
Right.
like Volcarona a lot.
I like
I don't like-
Volcarona
I
this
don't
gen a
like
lot
Volcarona.
too.
I don't like it on his team.
It's definitely it's another very like kind of frail offensive Pokemon, which I think he had a lot of. He doesn't really have a lot of bulky offense. He has just a lot of Oko, Volk, and Dragapult. So that might be an issue, but I think it's
Here's my problem. His team was really freeze dry weak. Like, sure, he had Mega Steelix, but at the same time, something that gets Hail and freeze dry, he doesn't want to switch into, or just freeze dry alone. Like a Specs freeze dry could do a lot. Volcarona isn't the best ice resist. That being said, it's not terrible, but like I feel like freeze dry is something he needs to patch up sooner rather than later.
I think freeze dry is weak enough to the point where it doesn't really. It's not a super big. Oh, like it's like a small issue. I think Volk is just more of a very powerful. It definitely deals with steel types for sure, but then again, Halusha kind of already does that already. But it does do nice breaking for a Coco, which I do like.
Just real quick, I want to say on stream that BC and I just made a trade. Mandibuzz for Snorlax.
I think that helps you a lot. I like that trade for you a lot. Yeah.
So
your team instantly jumps a few grades for me.
I drafted Snorlax primarily to beat ghost types, which conveniently enough Mandibuzz also does. But I can also now get a good clear ground immunity that I guess is reliable.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that pick.
I like Snorlax a lot for BC's team. Actually, it's a very good. Yeah, very good for fightings.
It pairs well, really, like a lot with Reuniclus.
Yeah, Snorlax with a steel type like Skarmory is going to be hard to contend with.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. So we're taking a little break right now. I got all the. What do you guys think were the big steals of the round and stuff like that?
I think Ambipom was pretty nice.
I think Goodra was probably one of the better picks this round. Goodra or Scolipede.
Fair enough.
I don't know, man. I think Volcarona is so good. Like,
yeah, I agree, Jatan. I think it's a very solid Pokemon to get end of round 7. Team, I think it's like comparatively and out of context, but I agree, it's like the best really one that.
Yeah,
that's something I wanted to draft, but I couldn't make it work with any of my plans, so I had to pass on it. But yeah, I love Volcarona on any team. Not gonna lie.
Oh, for sure. Bulky Quiver Dance. See you later.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Especially if they burn them if you burn them with Flame Body. Whew. It's game over right there.
People are actually arguing about Meganium and Torterra in the chat.
Again?
No. I love this. I love this.
It wasn't me this time.
Meganium, the greatest Pokemon to grace this game.
I wanna die.
Every time Jatoon's just gonna leave, just abandon us. We're gonna have to figure out the draft process ourselves. We gotta stop breaking this poor man's mental with Meganium versus Torterra.
Oh, I don't like my spots. My
Real
spots
talk
are
though,
so
which
bad.
one's more deserving of a Mega, Torterra or Meganium?
Torterra.
No, Torterra, because Meganium already got that Mega.
No, because Meganium is bad.
Alright,
Yeah,
anyways,
bad.
Pisces is going to start us off for round 8. Looking at his draft, he just got an offensive fire type. He's oozing offensive potential at the moment with stuff like Tapu Koko, Halucha.
I get a wrong.
Another pivoter would always be great with a regenerator core. But we'll see. Drapion.
Oh, he just sniped someone so badly.
Not a pivoter, but it's a strong Pokemon. Hits with knockoff really hard. That sniper thing it does.
I think it works really well.
Pretty gross.
Yeah. Covers that psychic weakness that Halucha has. Pairs well with Tangrowth.
I think it's a good pick. Also, a lot of this team really appreciates T-Spikes, just in general, I think. Especially when he's got like Mega Steelix, Tangrowth, Slowking, which can be offense. I think all those mons can be offense in their own right, but could very easily now run like very passive sets and still get like chip damage through Toxic Spikes. So I think that's overall good for this team. I'd love to see. Actually, he also got a good Ghost type to spin block. So
yeah,
good stuff there. I like that pick. And at 6 points, it's really good.
There it is.
Oh, that's a snipe, man.
Come on, you knew he was going for. Wait, does that get sticky webs?
Yes.
It does get sticky web.
Yeah, okay. You knew he was going for that, man. You can't call that.
What do you mean I can't? There's still other Webbers that exist, dude.
Yeah, they're garbage webbers that exist.
I
There's
really
a lot of
I really wanted that one.
there's a lot of pressure on Quagsire to stop those fire types. And something like Darmanitan with Trick could be a huge problem for this draft.
That's a good point. Believe you. All right. Livegrade gets the Registeel for some more hazard setting, bulky steel type. Can be pretty annoying with Curse. How does it fit on his team, though?
I'm really confused. He has a plain steel type, a plain fighting type, and then he has Lucario.
I think that means he's trading Lucario when he can.
I think
That's what
has
the signal's moving. He's trying to go away from Lucario.
I really think he has to.
Yeah, he really has to. It's gonna save his draft.
After the team started ripping on Lucario.
Dude,
Come on,
that's
man.
why when I'm being brutal to you guys on draft, on the live stream, if anything, I'm helping you because I'm making you awoken to all the issues you have.
It's because you want
Awoken.
Lucario. I see it right
Yep, dude. That's exactly, dude. How did you
The
know?
Heligo is not a trap
It's
one.
Strokefish o'clock. What you picking up?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I have ideas,
fine.
but I don't know if I
What
want
you
to
need,
pick it
let me
now.
find you.
I definitely can wait another round.
Oh yeah, you just got your wheezing. All right, what's it gonna be, man? You said you were drafting stuff that's gonna be fighting week, right? Let's see.
Yes and no. Let's see. Oh gosh, this is tough. Can I get this? You know what? I think go between 2 months.
No pressure, but you do have 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
Don't let it get to your head though.
I take. I'd have to take a. Oh, I'm just gonna get them on that I think fits my team really well, and you guys can roast me if you.
The scent is gorge.
I was thinking about that. I was actually thinking about drafting that.
Oh, glad I drafted it now then.
I wasn't going to.
Talk to
I
us
thought
about
about
scent
it.
is
Yeah,
gorge.
yeah. Talk.
Who's going to? Then you realized it.
I think it's nice. Gives you a fire type.
Definitely helps break down steals for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna need something to break some waters, so we'll see about that. But you know, it's a good lower mon that I think. Well, the thing about Centiskorch is it's kind of slow, but it's with Fire Lash. It's like
Gligar?
Yeah.
A third flying type?
By Unit 97.
Dude refuses to lose to ground types.
You guys thought I was ground resistant.
But like the thing is also like I think that's crazy. Like I say that as a joke, also because Mega Aggron is not weak to Earthquake. I just want to put that out there. Like Mega Aggron, like the average ground type playing Earthquake is gonna do like 30-40% to a defensive Mega Aggron.
Yeah, wait, does he even have a weak? Oh, he's got Blastophilonic. He's got 1 weakness and like 5 resists.
I don't like that at all.
he's probably just looking for a ground type at this point. He's like, "What's the best one?"
I probably took Sanda from him.
Also gives him hazard clearing that isn't Moltres.
I guess it's nice. It's nice that it gives him another like it's both a rocker and a clear in that sense. So like a roll wise, it's not a bad fit. Typing wise, it's a bad fit.
King BC with the Comfey.
Comfy.
So I wanted Comfort too, but I let him get it because he said he wanted it first. So
Yeah, I experienced the brutal power of this thing in the Cash Gang tour or whatever, if we can mention that. I didn't realize how this thing's ability worked with like priority healing moves, so I got smacked by whatever.
Online.
Yeah,
Draining Kiss, yeah.
Draining Kiss, yeah.
triage, yeah.
Not
Yeah.
okay. But yeah, I think it's nice. Gives them a fairy type to pair with Skarmory.
It's also a defogger, so now he has another remover apart from Skarmory.
True.
All right, Dan, you have 16 points. What are you going for?
I also still need to work on this weakness. I gotta dip a little bit, obviously. I think I want Electros, actually.
I love Electro.
Inhibitor that isn't weak to ground. It's an electric type that isn't weak to ground, which not many electric types can say. It is a bit down, but I got nowhere else to go but down, so I'm gonna pick Electros here.
I used it last season. I love Electros.
Yeah, I've never used it. Everyone always says good things about him, so I'm looking forward to welcoming him to the Syracuse Hill. Yeah.
Hey Dan, what they say about rock bottom?
Exactly, man. There's nowhere else to go but up.
Yeah. Oh boy. I know what you guys are saying about how it's hard to like think when you guys are on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's even harder when you're actually like running the stream.
Or the draft, but yeah.
So I'm like constantly having to like update graphics and
It's
Man,
difficult.
It's tricky. It's tricky. Piloswine, a good pick, a good Pokemon. I like that Pokemon a lot.
I know
you got
June
knife.
That's unlucky. Piloswine goes to what is it?
I think that works with this team.
Yeah, it gives him a rocker that isn't Deoxys speed.
Yeah, and it looks like a lot of teams are becoming susceptible to priority ice moves. And this thing's attack stat isn't, awful considering it's not fully evolved, so.
Yeah. It's also really fun to use and reliable.
Yeah, nice and tanky, also gets thick fat, Eviolite.
Mm-hmm.
Curse, why not?
Yeah. I was gonna run Specs Freeze Dry against Rio in playoffs.
Yeah,
Season
exactly.
one, but then I got knocked out by Daz. So that was fun. Yeah, but yeah, it's just super reliable, especially for such a low tier mon. Like, it does so much.
Yeah. All right, Resort City Marshadow.
The boy free.
Or Gudra.
I think I know what he's gonna pick, but I don't want to say it.
Go for it now. You gotta
quick
say it.
Said go for it.
John, did you want Piloswine?
I did. I don't anymore. So.
Okay. So
you can't have it. So.
Yeah, I don't care. He left. He quote unquote left picks, but he wasn't specific with them. So I don't know if I want to pick for him or not.
I want any combination of these at any time.
I think I might know his pick.
Serena. Was it Serena?
I think it's Serena.
I think it might be that. Yep, he took it. Yeah. I like it. Another remover.
Yep, rapid spinner.
Helps with that electric weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And that water weakness.
Resist too. I guess he already had a ground resist. But...
Yeah, but it gives him a more reliable one. And it's a nice slow pivoter into something like Zeraora.
Sir.
Okay, U-turn? Wow, I didn't know that. I'm learning all kinds of things. I should host these more often. I don't know what's going on.
Surfetch. I love Surfetch. Lake Ross takes Surfetch. I love that thing.
Why?
Wait,
Tell us
it's
why.
just so cool. Wait, it works so well with Scolipede, though.
Speed pass.
Yeah, and just like the typing. I know they're both weak to flying, but Scolipede can deal with the psychics that Surfetch kind of has a problem with.
Can it?
And Surfetch. Well, I mean, Bug Stab. It usually runs Mega Horn over Poison Jab.
That's a cool pick. It's a cool Pokemon. 135 attack. Not
Yeah.
bad.
One from least amount of points to like most.
I think I'm going to be the only one still in 30s after this round.
Yeah, points are dropping like flies.
Gosh, Heatran, okay.
Oh, okay. Speaking of a big investment.
I think that works with his team too. But he's got no points left.
Who is this? Iceman.
Iceman.
How many points does he have left?
9.
9. He's got 3 picks left.
The problem
Minimum.
is Lando T and Latios are the only ground switching.
It looks like he was trying to core.
Orlando T's a really good ground switching, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting core with Tentacruel and Landorus Therian. Takes care of ice types.
Never exist.
This is an interesting one.
It's Bruno.
I'm curious to see what he wants.
Just scored Orbeetle. And in
I honestly don't know what he could take. He could take a lot of things. He's got a big budget and like a really good team right now.
Yeah. Team hits like a truck. And he just got webbed.
Roserade. Oh well, we know what the King thinks of this pick.
I think Roserades are really, really bad Pokemon. Although I might be just too excessively just hating on it because that's fun at this point. At 7 points, it's honestly probably a pretty good pick. It's just I don't know. It's one of those Pokemon that like again, I don't want to call it necessarily a Trapmon because like it does things. It's just like. When I personally had it, I never found matchups where I was like, yeah, Roserade.
It's kind of like a good like a mon that you can just fit on a team. Like if you don't really need any other mon, like you're like, I can put Roserade on here, run some spike stuff, and maybe get like a kill or two with like a Sash Roserade or something, like a Life Orb Roserade.
I mean, it fits his team.
The only issue is it doesn't have hidden powers anymore, which is a huge blow to it.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
But the spike and T-spike stacking for Mega Arrow, which now is D-Dance, could be a real problem for opponents.
Quillfish for Neff.
Yeah, Quillfish, yeah.
Cool.
Speaking of spike and T-spike stacking.
He drafts. It's not a very good type to Pokemon to beat Fairy types, so I still think this draft is critically weak to Fairy types, and he's running out of points to fix that problem with.
He's going to need to get a good fire.
With Aegislash, which is like a very solid Fairy answer, but if it's the only one, it's definitely going to be a
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying Fairy types with fire coverage like still kind of just mess up this draft.
Yeah, or ghost coverage even.
Or ghost coverage. Yeah, all you need to do is hit Aegislash and like GG this draft.
How many Fairy types actually get? Like there are a few that get fire.
A lot.
Like
A lot.
Like a Shadow Ball.
Yeah, that's one of the most common Fairy.
how many of them are hitting hard enough to really care?
That's a good point.
Fair enough. I'm just saying, like, and also like it puts a lot of pressure on Aegislash, which is the Pokemon with no recovery.
Yeah.
Like just whittle it down. I don't know.
He doesn't have capacity.
That was quick. Umbreon.
A simple ton with the Insta Umbreon pick. I mean, we were talking about how hard it is to deal with offensive ghost types, mostly because there's not a lot of bulky dark types. But Umbreon is one of them, so I think that's it's also a Wish Passer, just tanky in general. So I think that's a nice pick. I don't know if he had much of a ghost weakness anyways, but where is he? He's down here. Yeah, I mean, he didn't have a ghost resist yet. Oh, he had Miltank.
Did he Miltank? No, he didn't.
Am I looking at the wrong guy?
Yeah.
He gave Umbreon to EzBake.
I think Umbreon works. I think it's a really solid, bulky mon for that team.
Right.
And I feel like being able to Wish Pass into Milotic and Bronzong is a good thing.
Yeah, definitely really helpful to pass into tanky mons that don't have their own recovery. That's a good point.
So I'm pretty happy this Pokemon made it to me. I'm not 100% sold on it as like a synergy pick, but it's just like a Pokemon I've never drafted but always wanted to use. I feel like it's really hard to prep for, and it got a distinct buff this generation, I think.
Distinct.
I'm just gonna think a little. I might take a little bit of time here just to really be.
Hey, if you want to go
it.
on that you told me, go for it because I don't think I'm gonna be able.
I'm
to
not
fit
going
it.
for it here, even if I was.
Okay.
Poliwrath.
Poliwrath is great.
I
I think Poliwrath
The
was
big problem
actually
I've got
really
with my
good
draft
main
right
mon.
now is that I'm kind of out of. There's like certain roles just are kind of running really low right now.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, I don't know. Just a tricky spot. I think I'm gonna go
You've got 30
for.
seconds.
I'm just gonna lock it in. Just have some fun with a new Pokemon for sure. I think a Pokemon I could use.
Well, okay.
I like Mienshao. I've always wanted to try that. I
I've
think
never
it fits
used
your team,
it,
too.
but I think I wanted another good breaker. I think Mienshao can easily be a very devastating breaker, but I think people also sleep on how good it is with the regenerator set just got with close combat.
Yeah, yeah.
It no longer needs to run high jump kicks, so you can run close combat life orb regenerator sets and just click U-turn, switch in and out all game, do a lot of damage. It's got good coverage with poison jab. It doesn't get ice punch, which kind of sucks. But just overall, I feel like gonna be able to dent some things with this guy.
Yeah, I think it's a really nice pick. Gives you an offensive fighting type that you didn't have yet. I was actually really surprised to not see this go to Pisces for pretty much all the reasons you just said, but he opted for the more aggressive Hawlucha pick instead of another regenerator Pokemon with U-turn. So
yeah, I think I'm happy with it. It's gonna be again a Pokemon I've never used before, so I'm really trying out some new stuff this season.
Yeah.
I also think it pairs super well with Swellow. Like they both can take down pretty much everything in the game together.
I mean, yeah, another Pokemon I was looking at right here was Chestnut pretty heavily, but I just decided that the speed tier was really nice here. Just have more fast mons is never bad. I already have bulk, and just U-turn. I really wanted more pivots because I have a Mega Scissor and an Azelf, and I don't really have the pivot access that I wanted after that. So just another offensive pivot's really nice. Anyways, who's next?
Shuat Senpai, who just got Chansey, so he might want something. He's already got the Weezing Galar to sort of pair with that defensive core, so we might see an electric type, perhaps?
Decidueye.
Or a grass ghost type, I meant to say.
Ooh.
It's a decent pick on this team. He completes a pretty solid fire, water, grass core, if that's what you want to look at, where both the fire and the grass type have really good pivot moves. It's a really solid fire, water, grass core.
Yeah.
Definitely makes him a little bit more knock weak, but I don't think that's
Yeah, it's a little bit of a knock weakness. Draft's pretty knock weak. Basically, Weezing Galar that comes in.
yeah. And they're like, oh, but Weezing's gonna come in. Let me just go for my I don't know. And there aren't many mons that have knockoff plus a move that can hit Weezing.
Zen Headbutt, basically, which you have to have. But I don't know. I just think. I also think I feel like this is the stream where I'm constantly saying this, and I think there are people who use Decidueye a hell of a lot better than I do. But in my own personal experience, this is a bit of a trap mon.
I couldn't use it either, but I always just assume it's because I'm garbage. Not
Yeah,
I always wonder I see other people use it pretty well. And I'm like, oh, that looks like a good mon, and just on paper it's got like the Swords Dance, the Nasty Plot, the priority. Yeah, it just feels like I can do so many different things.
Shadow Sneak, Sucker, Defog, a good stab moves, and then it's also got U-turn.
Stab is so good.
Yeah, but then every time I use it, I think what really kills me is how bad its speed tier is. But also all of its sets really don't want to run Scarf because it wants to be able to switch its moves all the time.
All right, Nala, talk to us about.
All right, I was deciding between my Dark and Fairy, and I took my Dark because I really want to try this out. I think with the Rattled buff, it got with the Rattle change to Intimidate. So basically, when intimidated, it gets a speed boost. I think that helps it a lot. I don't know. I really like this thing.
I just want to say Nala still has more than 30 points left.
Yeah, because my Fairy is more than double that. So I can definitely save up now that I know everyone's going to start going for E tiers, right? And I want to guarantee that I get my E tier because I think it's one of the better E tiers. And someone else might pick it up.
Yeah, fair
good
enough.
call. Good call. Who is next?
Just want to mention that I'm first next round, which is going to be crazy.
OMG is next.
The Ninja. Oh no, that's another snipe for Jatoon.
No, not anymore. I changed it.
Okay.
Don't love the pick for this team. It finally gives him some speed, but he already had a water type. Oh, this is a very different water type, and double waters aren't bad.
I defended Greninja. I thought Greninja was cool. I defended him and I drafted him. He let me down big time. But hopefully EzBake proves he's a better battler than I am.
Well.
But here comes Jatoon. Here comes Jatoon.
Here comes Jatoon. Doo-doo.
There's really only one other person who could pick what I want to pick. And
is it?
I feel like it's definitely possible he could, so I'm just gonna take it. I need clearing.
Oh,
so
I think I go for.
I have
Oh.
to go Empoleon.
Ooh, the Empoleon. That's got to be a big one because a lot of these drafts look like they're looking for hazard clearing and hazard setting.
Yeah, I think probably the best hazard setter still on the board.
I think it's a trap. That's just me.
This is the day of the Trapmon, dude. We're just calling everything Trapmon, Trapmon, Trapmon.
It does go well with Bulu for sure. You don't have too many fighting like. I feel like your team is like a lot of ground and fighting weaknesses, but also a lot of ground and fighting resistances. So it's like kind of balances out.
I personally like it because it helps with the removal, 1, and 2, that flying spam. Now you've got a reliable flying switch as opposed to like.
Yeah, but I hate Empoleon, honestly. Like every time I use it, I just get let down. I mean, it's fine. It just without recovery, it's just so bad.
That is true.
Yeah.
I really needed a clear though. Like,
yeah, lack of recovery is pretty lame, but I do think that
you just
this
get
can
both,
catch
which is
people off
nice.
guard. Yeah.
right.
Works well with DL, from what I've seen.
Monk is up. What is he gonna take to help?
Mr. Monk just got Crobat, so he's got some nice pivoting going on.
It's gonna get Zubat or Golbat. You got to continue the lineage.
Zubat and Golbat.
Delmise. Wow.
Ooh,
I like
so
this
another-
Pokemon a lot.
Another grass ghost type, but
I
definitely a lot different than this Decidueye.
I like Delmise a lot. I personally was like, if I hadn't gone Chandelure, Delmise was an 100% slam dunk for me on my draft. So I like the pick. It's just a spinner for him. It's great value, I think. It's an absurd breaker that people don't realize because you're always going to be able to run Adamant Natures, and you've got 3 different stab moves. And then obviously we talked about how valuable offensive ghost types are, so that's another big asset to this Pokemon. And also just deceptively good physical defense. It takes hits. You always invest in HP. You're not trying to outspeed anything. That's underrated, I think. I love Delmise. I think it's I like it more than Decidueye for personal usage.
Yeah, and it's a grass type that isn't weak to poison or bug because of its ghost typing.
Yeah.
My only issue with Delmise is that it's you draft a grass type that can't be a Scald switch in.
That's true. But I think he has good Scald switch-ins in Clefable, Slowbro.
Obstagoon, honestly, is a Scald switch-in of sorts.
Yeah, so who came away with the dirtiest pick this round?
Definitely the sense.
I really liked my Mienshao pick.
I agree. I think your Mienshao pick was really good.
I think that was just a good baller pick. I think Jatoon needed Empoleon. So I'm glad he just went for it. I think that was like a good, like, you need this, you take it.
I personally think Umbreon was the best one.
Umbreon's a good pick for sure. I like that too. I thought Vikavolt is nice that he finally got a Weber, even though he snipes me, and I really wanted Vikavolt. I really wanted it. So like that was gonna be my pick next round. So I'm pretty devastated at that. But I think it works out for him in the end.
I don't think there was any pick here that was like, oh, this should have gone way later. Maybe Alolan, but I think all of these were.
I think Persian Alola was absolutely unarguably a reach, but if Nala's got a strategy of like he's got so much budget left,
right?
That
You
now
might as well guarantee it.
He can just like now he can basically for free. Like everyone else is in a situation where we're all worried about what we're gonna draft later, like in these late rounds and competing for these mons, and he's like got his pick from a couple A or B mons here very easily.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of like how the strategy panned out for him. It was a bold move, Cotton, but we saw it pay off. If anyone gets that dodgeball reference, please don't copyright me.
Stream gets taken down instantly.
Vince Vaughn, Ben Stiller. Dude, I love it's the pizza. It's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna hurt you.
What are we here? We're a little less than an hour in.
And we got we're 2 rounds in.
Oh yeah, so we're right on schedule. No, we're right on schedule.
I'm gonna grab a glass of water. If you guys want to fill it up, go on ahead.
Not like this. My boy's just sitting here listening to me commentate over this.
What are we gonna see?
I don't know what I want, man.
You had time to think about it, man.
Yeah, come on, Strokefish.
All right, there is one mon.
Okay.
Okay, you still need to draft something that's weak to fighting. You not only that, you drafted a fighting resistance, so I'm kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
Go for this because it's.
I don't see a normal type or a rock type or a steel type right now.
When Terrakion exists.
Bro,
Ice type.
Terrakion would have been the. I didn't want Mancho. I wanted Terrakion, man.
Terrakion is a monster.
I love I love that Pokemon. Just like, it's easy.
Yeah,
Just
he
attack.
just dares you to click knockoff. I double dog dare you.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna go with this. Early, but it's Dragon. So
Hey,
I think that was under tiered personally. I would have put it in C tier at the very minimum.
I like Duraludon. I think it's a good value pick. I honestly agree that it's a good value pick, and I just generally we got tiered where it is just because it generally doesn't get drafted that early. I think like as we see got drafted in round 9, so it's not like it's insane, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like a good Pokemon, Baby Diancie, good mixed offenses, great coverage. It's a rocker, kind of useless abilities, but good stuff. Also, honestly, like I don't understand how this Pokemon has 85 speed. Like, tell me this thing looks like it could, like is. I mean, like does this thing look faster than Blaziken?
yes.
Like Blaziken looks like it's like a super fast, huge legs. It's like a runner, like can jump and fly and stuff or whatever. I don't know.
That's what speed boost on it is for. It's got to warm himself up, and then it's
Ah, yeah, we got the big brains on the stream.
Yeah, he's like too busy
what I'm
checking
talking
himself
about.
out.
My big
Monk
brain just
with
can't.
the Mudsdale. How does that fit in here? So he's got a ground type now.
It's an okay fit.
It gives him another rocker. So it's not just Clefable.
Right. I think he needed another rocker, so that's not a bad pick.
Yeah. It also doesn't take away anything from his like it hasn't really changed too much.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and we were talking about how he might be a little knock weak. So with Mudsdale, at least you're boosting your defense. You have to switch into that.
Yeah.
EzBake Oven is up next.
Colossal.
okay.
Gets the Colossal. Okay.
That's pretty
I
cool.
know a few people wanted that.
I'm a big fan of Colossal.
Well, he
The
got
mixed
that removal.
potential of that thing is nuts.
Not even the potential, but a lot of people don't know it gets rapid spin. It gets
Spikes.
spikes. It gets soft rocks, obviously.
It's also got a really good like attack and special attack.
Abilities are great. Especially pair. I think this. It has. There's a lot of like fire weaknesses, so it's attack. You know, few they do share ground. I'll remove it.
I think I'm lagging.
I think you are too. But it's okay.
But I'm kind of scared. So it's my pick right now, right?
It is.
What's happening? Okay. So Horace is the only person who hasn't picked a Mega yet, and he's kind of freaking me out with these picks, and he's before me next round. So I'm just gonna pick my Mega now.
Oh no! And strong.
So I'm gonna. Nah, he's freaking me out. I'm taking Sceptile right now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because
Reptile got a little bit of a buff with Dragon.
We got
Yeah, I
Dragon
think
Dance is something.
I think it's cool with Dragon Dance. It's an offensive grass type. Gives me really nice speed control, obviously. It gives me something to switch into Volt Switchers. I'm definitely happy with it. My draft as a whole was pretty slow, so I think it gives me a nice adrenaline shot in that department. Plus, it can be special or physical, in my opinion.
I think
Yeah.
Mega Sceptile is a really cool mon to use in general.
I think
Yeah, I'm
Swords Dance.
pretty-
It's the fact that it can be like a Swords Dance mon or a special like attacker is pretty nice. And at 5 points, you're getting good value. You get a crazy speed tier, locked down. Like what is what is a Zeraora, honestly?
I am pretty. I mean, I think that thing gets ice punch now.
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
It
okay.
gets play rough, but you are faster, and if you come on the electric move,
True.
Isn't Zeraora faster?
nope.
Or maybe there's some speed.
They tie.
Zero is 143.
Oh, they don't tie.
Sceptile's faster. Dragapult's 142. You play OU. Get learned.
I don't play OU. OU's boring. I play PU.
Okay.
Can you guys
Never
hear my
say
mom in the
that again.
background right now?
Yes, he's interfering with my train of thought.
My mom.
Yeah.
My mom is like this. Unironic. Like I'm not joking right now. My mom actually is half deaf, so she doesn't know she yells all the time when she talks. So she's like across my house screaming at her computer trying to talk on a Zoom call right now.
I thought she was just ripping with that. You had like a sibling or something she was tearing into.
No. She's just like she just talks really loud. I'm like, especially when she talks to her computer, she thinks she has to be louder. So she's just yelling at her computer right now.
Oh, I gotta peace out for a sec because I'm lagging. But good luck, fellas.
All right. Goodbye, Dan.
All right, so BC is up next.
Well, he got sniped on some. I think it was Mudbath, so.
Yeah, he did. I think I know what he wants, but
I don't. I like
Could
that.
have taken that before Comfey, but
takes Ride on, which is exactly what I thought he would do.
I like Right on this team. I think it worked out.
I think this works really well for him because he needed another rock. He needed a rocker that wasn't Skarmory, so
Yeah.
I think that's a great pick
It helps with the fire.
for sure. Yeah, his team is looking really good right now.
Yeah. But he's got 7 points for 2 mons left.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that goes. But other than that, I think it looks really good.
Yeah.
I'm up next. I have no clue what I want.
You're telling me, dude.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, I'm also in a pickle. Like I'm trying to plan out any kind of draft plan from here on out, and it is looking grim.
Yeah, this is quite rough for me.
And I still have a lot of points left.
I think this is gonna be the toughest pick for me because if either of these get sniped, I'm screwed.
hey, Akeem, did you just say you have a lot of points left?
I have 12 points left for like that's a pretty
Are you
decent amount.
sure?
Like,
I have 30.
I mean, okay, well, like screw you.
I'm going value. I'm taking Avalug because I need a spinner.
come on.
Fair.
And you get your E tier locked up, and I'd say Avalug is the second best E tier Pokemon, is my opinion.
What's the first?
I think you should all know the answer to that question.
Wishy-washy.
This dude.
Are you kidding me?
Actually, you
He
know,
literally.
Honestly, Avalug's better than Wishy-washy solely now because of body press, but
And heavy duty boots.
yeah.
bro, Wishy-Washy's the GOAT. Don't even say that. There also are, actually, I don't know if those are, like, there are a couple others. Like, my favorite E tier mon, like, I love Licky Licky. Gorgice is insane in E tier.
That is true.
Dusclops. Claydol.
No, I personally think Dusclops is terrible.
Ursaring. Armaldo.
Ring, 3 points. Okay.
Anyways, I digress.
Wait.
Good. I think Avalug's a good pick. SKK, Seattle Sleek Kings take Rabombi. I like that pick. I think Rabombi's a great Pokemon. They also lock up some crazy great speed tiers on this draft where they've got, 4 Pokemon over base 100 and 2 over 120.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
personally, I'm not a big fan of Rabombi this gen.
I think Rabombi did lose a lot in lack of Z moves, but I think it's still, which is why it's so cheap now, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think you still get like some setup potential with it. You get webs, which is really, really nice. Boots also was a slight buff to it because your boots, webs, you get like run like U-turn, webs, 2 attacks, and you're in a pretty good spot. Or like U-turn Moonblast or something.
Right.
I don't know. pretty decent
I think-
Pokemon in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's a good pick, rather. Like a really good pick, especially for his team right now.
Neff is up.
What is Neff taking? He stopped typing. Why do you do that?
Probably chose the time. I'm curious to see what fire type he takes. Well, oh.
There it is.
Ooh. Ooh.
Interesting pick with heavy booty.
Heavy
Oh
booty.
my god.
Although
Heavy booty
honestly, guys,
boots.
I still don't like that pick.
I don't like it either.
I think he took maybe the best, if not probably a top 3 day one, and I don't like how the directions he's taken in it today.
I think Helios threw him off. I personally didn't like it.
I think Weezing was like essential to his draft.
I just think like the ways he's like, I don't know, like Charizard's still like it's a fire type, so I guess that helps with fairies slightly, but it's still not a fairy beater by any stretch. Quillfish
And
isn't like, and if you're bringing Quillfish and Charizard every week to help your early draft with fairy types, like I guess you have an Aegislash, so maybe I'm too critical of this, but I just like I feel like Aegislash is on so much like you have to beat, like if any fairy type ever has a move to hit Aegislash, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, I agree. But I think like he could still like he has one of those drafts where he just takes his first 6 and he could be fine versus most of the team.
Sure, I agree with that.
But I do agree, Charizard is not the best.
All right, so Bruno's up next.
Licky Licky, speaking of.
I love Licky Licky. I think maybe Licky Licky is the number one if I'm being like objectively, like if I'm removing my own personal biases, Licky Licky might be the best E tier Pokemon. He locks up a terrific E tier Mon. Wish passing, cleric use, gets body press now, good bulk. If anyone ever drafts a weather team, Cloud9. I think just a good Pokemon.
I think this team is really solid. There isn't like anything wrong with it.
It's the only thing about this team for me is it's like got Rose Raid. It's got Rose Raid.
I think the only thing for me is that there's a massive speed gap between Mega Arrow and Rose Raid.
Is that wow? That's tough. That's true.
That's over 100 points.
So I'd say that's a pretty big detraction from otherwise a good synergistic draft. A lot of bad speed tiers, but he's got a lot of points to climb back up in the tiers and maybe pick up something fast because there are some fast Pokemon still on the board. We take a quick look. I don't want to I don't want to snipe anything for anyone, but there is still some speed up top. We got like Starmie if he wants it. He's got a Primarina, but like Starmie's still up there. Salamence is a speed tier. Raptor.
Still around. That's crazy.
Livegrade.
Tornadus regular is still up there.
Very good Mon.
Inteleon. So there's still speed that exists if you want to, and he's gonna have the points to go back up when he wants. So
Dracozolt and Mamoswine's still there, arguably one of the MVPs of the final.
yeah, Mamoswine's a good Pokemon. Surprised it hasn't been drafted yet. Let's see what Unit 97 takes with his next pick though. Muck Alola.
Muck is terrible this gen, but
I honestly, I'll be honest. On one of my draft plans, I had Muck Alola versus Muck, and when I was deciding between Muck Alola at 5 or regular Muck at 2, the decision felt like Muck at 2 is just a way better steal.
Yeah.
You get to spend less than half as many like points, and you gain 1 weakness, and that's it.
Yeah, I feel like this draft is a lot of like, okay, I'm gonna repeat a type, but I get a poison type. I think
I already had a dark type. I think just regular Muck. If you were that into Muck, just go for regular Muck on this draft.
I think what he's trying to do, and I may be wrong, but I think he may be trading some stuff, and he's not entirely sure what he wants to trade, so he's just taking everything and then deciding, which is a bad strategy in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, there's good Mons here, just not how they like Aggron, Mega, and Slowbro. Like those two were great, and like I would love the Moltres combo there, and like Weavile's decent on that team. But then it's like, okay, well he also gets Blacephalon, and he also gets Seismitoad, and he also gets Thundurus and Muckalola and Glyke. Like, you know, it just there's good team in here somewhere. It's just not supported well.
I don't know how to feel about Jolteon on Livegrade's team.
Well, he answers the issue of speed very quickly, and I mean, if we consider that in Generation 7, Jolteon was like on our system probably would have been an 8 or 9 point mon.
Yeah.
Just you got to realize, guys, like Jolteon just without hidden power ice, it also lost signal beam. So every grass type and ground type comes in on it every single game, all game long. It also even lost synchronize, so opposing electric types come in on it too. Its only coverage move is legitimately its only coverage move is Shadow Ball. It runs stabs and Shadow Ball. What'd you say?
Well, if you want to do that, but whatever.
I think
the power just came back, guys. I'm excited to say the power is back.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I think with the last 14 points, though, he needs to get some removers because his team is really weak to spikes, especially. And Hydreigon and Conkeldurr being the only removers is not good. Like, don't get me wrong, Conkeldurr is a great remover, but you're not running defog on that every single game.
All right, so let's move on to
Oshawott Senpai.
he takes Cobalion.
No! I just got sniped so hard. That was gonna fix my knock weakness. I got sniped.
And that's 2 picks away. And that was gonna that would have really fixed the knock weakness.
Oh my god, I'm in so much trouble now. Wait, I'm in so much trouble now.
I can give you some help if you want. There's other good Pokemon that I would go for that aren't Cobalion, but are in that vein.
Alright, that's not good.
I think like Heracross and Buzzwole are both really good knock switch-ins. I think Heracross at 10 points is awesome.
Oh my god, that was so bad.
I'm sorry, man.
Wow. I didn't think anyone would pick it because I'm like the biggest budget here, right? And everybody's trying to budget.
And he's not, clearly.
Oh, that's so bad.
You say he's not trying to budget, but he still has 7 points left, which isn't bad.
Definitely probably going to have to go end up an 11 or 11 mon draft.
Oh, yeah.
Or 1 point here in it.
He already has a steel type. Why do you do that?
Fighting type, I guess?
Yeah, but there are other fighting types, like Heracross.
It's a speed tier, I guess, but like he already had a pincer, so I don't know. Kind of a weird pick for him, but I guess it gives him a rocker. Yeah.
Oh, I want to cry.
Oh,
oh, Jatoon's.
Oh my god.
Heart breaks.
I am so screwed, man.
Volcanion is an. I have Volcanion as the best Pokemon at B3 remaining. It's a defogger, and with boots now existing, it actually makes use of defog. So
this is bad.
And also Steam Eruption is like one of those moves like I think people don't realize how insane it is. And also Volcanion is one of like maybe like only a handful of Pokemon in the entire game that can use all 3 choice items very viably.
So bad.
Oh my god, I'm so angry. Wait, no.
We've had some L's on stream here, fellas.
Oh my god, that was so much worse than the Moltres snipe. Like, that one I got around, I just got destroyed by this. Oh my god.
Actual tears are running down my cheeks right now.
Oh my god.
Why are all my picks so bad in these rounds?
That was actually so bad. I'm so upset. I might have to get skipped. I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, well, don't get skipped. Pick something.
I'm not gonna get skipped.
I think if Heracross is kind of similar, dude. Buzzwole is also pretty decent.
I'm taking my fairy type. I'm not waiting on that.
Okay, I think that's a good pick.
pick's about to get. That pick probably will not last.
I think Gardevoir's an absolute steal, and it's not, unfortunately, you're really knock weak, dude. You just
I know.
You just continue to worsen your knock weakness.
All right, well, guess what? I'm pretty sure I'm trading Lucario for Kofag, so I'll take that. Lucario fits that role. I'm gonna take it.
I would have personally rather have had Heracross than Lucario.
I might pick it up because I do want to get a bug type, and I will have the budget.
But then you have 2 fighting types.
I mean,
and
yeah,
both lose to fire types.
Sure, but I think my team is really good against fire types.
I suppose it's pretty decent. I don't know.
And I mean, it helps.
Also, like, if you really want to not be knock weak, like Buzzwole is there, and Buzzwole is probably the best knockoff answer still on the board. But freeze up.
That Cobalion. No, now I don't have 4. That was also a really reliable rocker that I lost.
Yeah, Cobalion's a good rocker. It's true.
Oh, that sucked. It's okay. I'm getting Lucario. I'm okay with that.
I'm screwed.
Oh.
Free takes Articuno.
I like Articuno. That's something I was considering.
I think it's a great pick.
Yeah.
The fact that it got heavy duty boots makes it completely viable because it has good stats all around. I think that is a great pick.
Oh, that's so.
Articuno is a really good pick, and it's a Pokemon that I still had on my radar for sure. So it's a good clear for him. It destroys ground types, which is really nice. Absolutely. I mean, Edgequake's obviously still a problem, but it does switch into ground types, Earthquakes, and then destroy them with Ice Beams and Freeze Dries. It also answers those water type weaknesses really well we were talking about. Because Goodra might be physical, so he doesn't want to switch Goodra and Sarina into Scalds, you know. An Araquanid could be physical, so now he's got that Articuno option he's got the Scald switch in that can click Freeze Dry on those water types. So I like the Articuno pick a lot for this team. He goes into the next 2 rounds though with only 4 points of budget.
Iceman just sniped me too.
Vanillas.
Well, at least I got the Lucario. I can confirm that.
You guys can put trades in at the end of the round if you want. So the round's almost over.
I might go grab something to eat in between. So yeah. All right, let's see. Does anyone have as close a budget to me as possible? Like, will I have to take it next round? I don't think so. Most people are in single digits. So, yeah, we clearly have some teams that are going for. Oh wow! I just realized Free has 4 points to get at least 2 more mons.
Yep. It's gonna be interesting how that goes.
1 pointer.
I'm talking about. I'm just trying not to snipe. I'm trying not to snipe a friend here. I know what I want. I'm just trying not to kill Noah here.
Before it, I don't care.
Are you sure, dude? I just don't want to. You know, I'm trying to respect. If like you don't have, I can't afford the Pokemon that we were talking about.
No, I know. That's why I'm saying you.
You can. I can't. All right, so I'm taking a Pokemon that I like a lot. And served me really well in Season 1, and I think has amazing matchups into almost all top-tier Pokemon in general. Like, super underrated matchup into just A tier in general. So, I'm going to take Boltund. Why are you saying of course?
I just think it's funny how it just... like usual, screams a U drive.
Well, Boltund is it's now I've got I'm gonna force people to run Scarfers to beat me, which means Scissor's gonna destroy them.
We already had Swellow, but
Yeah, I mean it's a similar speed tier, but it's still like I now have so many fast mons, this is a much faster draft than I've ever had in my Pokemon career. Boltund is a good elect. I thought the best. I wanted Vikavolt here. I'll be honest. I wanted Vikavolt. I didn't plan on Boltund. But I think it's the best electric type on the board. It also, like, if we take a look at like the top tier Pokemon, I just wanted to what I was talking about. If we look at the draft board real quick. Aegislash, you have Crunch. Celesteela, you have Thunderfang. Darm, you have Firefang. Deoxyspeed, I guess you have Crunch, but it's faster than you. Dragapult is faster than you, but you have Crunch. You don't have Ice Fang for ground types, obviously, which sucks, but Latios, you have Play Rough or Crunch. Magearna has Firefang. Mew, you have Crunch. Tornchi, your Speed tie with, and you have Thunderfang. Zeraora, is I guess faster. But just Corviknight, Garchomp, Play Rough, Hydreigon, Play Rough, Infernape, Psychic Fangs, Jirachi, Crunch, Latios, Play Rough. It just has really ridiculously good matchup into most top tier Pokemon for some reason.
Yeah, the only issue is it was kind of weak.
It's really weak when it's not clicking bite moves.
Yeah.
If it's not getting a strong jaw boost, it's pathetic. So
you're saying I was also thinking about this mon too. It's super good speed tier. 120 is like really good, solid. Not as your fastest mon, but I'm not sure if it's like middle of the road, like in between ones.
Yeah.
It's really.
And now we finally see Lake Ross take Pelipper, and the rain team that we were all expecting comes to fruition. I like the pick. He needed it, so we all saw it coming eventually, right? That said, I don't like that he has only one, maybe 1.5 rain abusers on this draft. Am I right? Like, Swampert Mega's a rain abuser, but like, where's like, I'm not seeing it. Like, he doesn't have the budget for Kingdra. I guess Ludicolo is still on his radar, perhaps.
I don't think he wants
maybe
third draft type though.
Exactly. Like, this, in my opinion, is a really, really badly executed rain draft. Which I hate to say, like, I'm just crapping on people, but I think without, he just, like, the thing about rain drafts is you're gonna have compound types guaranteed, so you need to make sure you're picking high quality mons, and like, Kartana works on a rain draft, but then you picked Rotom-Mow, and like, you didn't pick any good. You didn't leave yourself budget for good rain abusers. Like, I don't know. Like, rain isn't as easy as just saying, well, Scalapede's weak to fire type, so it must be good on a rain team.
Ooh, Jorge's picking Wishy Washy. Interesting. Okay.
All right, Horace, I respect it, dude.
I don't. He has Quagsire.
I respect it for your gumption. I hate the fit on. Now I'm looking at your team. I got pulled up the screen. I hate the fit on your team. It's just another slow pseudo wall breaker, and you already had a bulky water type.
I'm really wishing I took a certain mon.
Wishy Washy, I think, is an amazing value at 3 points. I love it, but I don't like the fit here.
I don't know what to even say about his draft.
This might be the worst draft in the league, in my opinion, right now.
I'm not even gonna comment on it.
Dude, I am just ripping people apart on stream right now. To comment to Lake Ross on chat right now, people talking about he can free agent for his Kingdra. He has a Zapdos. I don't count Zapdos as a great rain abuser yet. Yeah, that's why I said 1.5 rain abusers. Swampert Mega's the rain abuser on that draft, and Zapdos is the half. Zapdos isn't like a Ludicolo. Like Swift Swim Mons are the ones that really abuse rain. And he only has one Swift Swimmer, and then Zapdos is okay, but like, okay, you now get Hurricanes, and occasionally if you like landing Hurricanes and Thunders a little more accurately, and I guess Weather Balls. I don't know. We'll see if prove me wrong. Show me the good Swift swimmers in E tier. Because if you're going for a third grass type, I'm gonna shit on that decision too. Oh, I'm gonna crap on that. Sorry.
Oh, Keeb!
Okay,
we did it.
we're all like crazy at this point.
Yeah, this draft. I just want to get through these last few rounds.
I know, dude. I'm like literally
This isn't just hype as day one, just because like now we're getting to the point where like it's like bottom tier stuff getting picked. So Chicago Pisces takes Kecleon.
Ooh.
I like Kecleon a lot. I think Kecleon at 3 points is awesome. And it gives this draft a much needed rocker, actually, because it was only Mega Steelix as his rocker. And Kecleon's like a mildly reliable rocker. It's good special defense, decent offense, good priority moves, people like Sucker Punch and Shadow Sneak. I like Kecleon a lot. It's also got some useful like utility moves. It's got like Thunder Wave, Bind, I think.
Bind.
I ran Bind once on it. Just I ran Bind Toxic one time to trap like a Pokemon that I like specifically had to beat. So I like the pick. I'm kind of down to just blow through this break if we want to just kind of.
Sure, let's do it. Pokemon were picked, to sum it up. Some were good, some were bad. Some teams look good, some teams look bad. There you go. Yeah, done.
Akeem is going a little crazy, crapping on everyone on this stream right now. But we had a lot of. I mean, people started to really dip down to E tier in that previous round, you know?
Ice goes ahead and picks Cryogonal.
A good Pokemon, honestly. And with heavy duty boots, it gets like demonstrably better.
I think it fits his team really well too. Like extremely well. I think it's a great pick.
Jatoon or Noah, can I trade you guys round 11 for round 12? Sorry, no, never mind. I mean, I guess I'll still offer that trade actually, if you guys want it.
You help me trade up in round 10.
I'm also trying to trade up in round 10, but
That's unfortunate.
Guys, and actually, real quick. I'm gonna say it on stream and in the trade block. Looking to trade up in round 10. Willing to trade down in 11 or 12. So if anyone wants to offer make a trade here, I'm willing to trade up.
It's the first time I've seen this Pokemon get picked.
What Pokemon?
Wigglytuff.
Ooh. Boris, of course.
I mean, it's a fairy type rocker.
Faux show.
It's a big wish passer, but it's actually not that bulky.
This man has 14 points left. Holy.
I still don't know how to feel about that, but.
Jatoon, can you answer Livegrade's question? He can put in the trades now. They can draft with the points that they have left.
Okay.
Is Nala still here?
Know the trades. Nala, I don't know. He hasn't been talking like at all.
But
Nala, are you there? He's not here. Okay.
I just want to say, like, Neff, if you're watching the stream, I'm willing to trade with you. Okay, who's next up? No, you're already high up around 11. All right, so that's not going to work out.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go...
How is everyone ahead of me in both 10 and 11? What is going on?
I returned.
You know what?
Welcome back, my friend.
Okay. So I think this Mon... I don't know if this will be a snipe, but it's a Mon that I think is, like, Pretty solid. I kind of need hazard clearing. Super
Well, good thing you're
necessary.
not up yet.
I'm about to be, bruh.
Well, yeah, but I have nothing ready for it.
Well, if I could be vulgar, I would.
Well, you already said the last word.
I
I
swear.
haven't recovered from that Kabali.
Why is free typing? Why is free typing?
Where did Lucario get picked?
Right, Jitan, I think it's my turn.
Hey, dude, hold on.
I'm just trying to discuss some trades with some people now.
I'm trying to fix all of the transactions that just happened.
Can we do my pick? Because
When I get everything done, you can do your pick.
All right, what just got picked? Sneasel.
who got picked?
Well, now it's even more fairy week.
Wrong. I didn't love Sneasel for this draft, actually. Like, it does fit a nice speed here, for sure. Like, fit between 110 and Horn, but,
My concern is the removal.
right, he only has what, like,
He has a few.
Altaria and Horn. Altaria is never running the bug, so.
There's Charizard, so it's kind of forced on Torn. Exactly. Like, I
Right,
don't.
well,
It's not great.
Okay, Bruno and I are trading.
well,
10 for 11, so I'm trading
Well,
up.
a good one.
we'll see how this works out. I'm going to get Claydol. Fits my E, and it's one of the better E tier Pokemon, in my opinion. Remover, can set rocks. I feel like, did it get something, or am I crazy?
Well, it has teleport, so they got that momentum change.
Cool. Well, you know that.
And it also got the rapid spin change.
It's between that and another mon, but I was thinking, I'm probably never gonna run another mon. Oh.
Did you update that, Akeem?
Yeah, I already put it in.
I mean, I'm okay with Lucario. I've used it before. I enjoy using it.
I am sorry I'm kind of clamming up on stream, guys. I am making some trades out here.
It's all good. We're all struggling right now.
People are saying talk about the draft. 7 dislikes. Oh my god, people are crapping on us today. This stream is not as popular today.
Well, it is the second day. Like, it's bound to happen.
Alvahorse, y'all will be blessed by Wigglytuff until the stream ends. So,
Good.
the Chinchinos take Rotom Fan. 3 points. It's a Pokemon. It does things.
Good remover. At least.
I think I got a lot better with Nasty Plot and Boots.
Yeah.
Makes it a lot better.
What is BC gonna take?
So BC is up. A pretty solid draft he's put together here. And he grabs Spiritomb.
The amount of times we've talked about that Pokemon in the past 2 days, I feel like it doesn't even exist.
Well, because Spiritomb is interesting because it's really cool how it's got 3 immunities, and good bulk, but it's also I don't know. It's a Pokemon that I feel like I don't want to call it a Trapmon. I always really like it on paper. And the one time I drafted it, I was a little disappointed by it, but I'm not ready to call it a Trapmon yet.
The one time I drafted it, I despised it.
I always thought wow, Spiritomb seems so good. Oh my god. And then I drafted it one time, and I was like,
it just can't do damage.
I didn't bring it a single week. I can't figure out what week to bring it.
Entei goes ahead and takes Beware. Akeem, what are your thoughts? Because I know you had this on your mind.
I love Bewear. Dan's got a great pick here. I think it's just ridiculously physically bulky. I think Bulk Up Bewear is a set that people has won me. I think I've drafted Bewear. I've brought Bewear to probably in my whole time, all the time I've drafted, probably 6 or 7 games it's come to, and I'm pretty sure Bulk Up Bewear has won 4 of those. It's actually absurdly bulky. I like the pick a lot. I think he's gonna like using it too. It's not that versatile of a Pokemon. It's basically like just a kind of a bulky attacker, and that's it. Also, it's good that he's got a lot of fire resists earlier with things like Alomola and Gyarados, Infernape, Tyranitar, because Bewears is going to be in that position. It does make his draft, though, overall a little fighting weak.
I agree. I also think that there's a little bit of hazard removal pressure on Mew because Drill doesn't really like sure it runs Rapid Spin.
Yeah, this draft's hazard clearing is pretty rough.
Toti takes all. Yeah, I think it works. If it's another speed tier that he doesn't have, closes the gap between Thundy and Zygarde. Yeah, works for me.
All right, so Free is actually trading his next pick here as well, to me.
So it's your go.
That's why I'm actually up.
Oh, okay.
Did you put it in?
I'm putting it in right now.
Swag. All right. You are up whenever you would like to go, my friend.
I am really glad I traded up from the bottom of this round pretty hardcore here because I was pretty worried this Pokemon wouldn't make it to me. So I traded up really hardcore for this pick, guys.
That better be good.
I'm pretty happy. I've never drafted it before, but it's Pokemon I think got a lot better this generation. And the problem I have with my draft right now, straight up, is I have pretty great hazard clearing. I think I have good pivot action, all the great speed tiers, good mixed offenses, and I just suck at hazard setting. So I'm going to pick up a reliable hazard setter that I think got a lot better, and I'm going to pick up Regirock.
Ooh.
Sir.
That thing got body pressed. That thing is an actual
It
threat
got
now.
body pressed, dude.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's a reliable rocker. It's a rock type that isn't like defensively terrible because it's got so much bulk. And like rock types are really bad defensive typing, but Regirock's defensively still a decent Pokemon. It's got amazing coverage. And then also like now like Stealth Rock, Thunder Wave, Toxic, and now like Body Press gives it a coverage move. It's got
I feel like Body Press works best with the Curse set.
absolutely. I mean, Curse is good. It's got Iron Defense, dude. Iron Defense Regirock. I am loving that.
You are ready.
That is a threat, not gonna lie.
And
I think
also,
Regirock is such a cool
also don't sleep on it's got Rock Polish.
No, don't.
You're never
No.
running Rock Polish. Let's be real.
Dude, it's got just enough speed to make Rock Polish good. It hits 218, outspeed most Scarfers after a Rock Polish, and then Body Press Stone Edge. Power Up Punch. I don't know. I love Regirock. It's a Pokemon I've always wanted to draft. It's a reliable rocker right where I needed it. So I'm really happy I got it. And that's why I was so desperately trading up for it, you know? I was like really trading. I just traded up I think 8 spots for this Pokemon. I traded with Bruno and then I traded again with Free.
It is a really good pick. Regirock is a good Pokemon.
So, for a crazy day, I think Vikavolt was my roughest snipe of the day, but I can live with Mienshao and Boltund. I was originally thinking Vikavolt and Chestnut, and instead I got Mienshao and Boltund.
Probably the better pairing.
Dreadnought.
Jatoon, you were talking yesterday to me about how you think Dreadnought is really good. Talk to me.
I mean, Swift Swim on that Pokemon is insane. Like, it's strong. It has a pretty decent move set for however many points. I think it's 4 points, right?
2.
Or is it lower?
It's 2.
It's 2. For 2 points? That is insane
what
for
my
a
issue
ranking.
with Dreadnought is, though? It needs Strong Jaw for power on its coverage moves. But it's got to run Swift Swim.
Or you could just run Adamant and still have, what is it?
Only 115 attack. That's not that
When you
impressive.
think about
to
it,
me.
that's not bad.
I think
It reaches
I will say,
361.
at 2 points, it's a great rain abuser. But it's not like a absolutely baller. The rain abuser that's gonna make this draft, you know.
Well, no, of course not. It's a 2-point pick, but I still think
what's
it's
nice
really
for
good.
Lake Ross here is that his Pokemon that he can go for in free agency in Kingdra and Ludicolo, primarily those two, are Pokemon that nobody else is going to be in contention for.
That is true.
So he can free agent those and make one more use his third free agent, maybe trade for a free agent if he needs it, and just get whatever he needs. Like, because I could imagine like he trades away like a Rotom-Mow for a free agent or something, you know?
I still think that's a really good
And
pick.
just pick up what he needs. I think it's good value. Just don't love the Pokemon itself.
It doesn't get drafted often, so it's hard to judge.
Sure, fair enough. Good point. We lost Dan. Now Noah's
said he'd
gone
be back.
quiet.
Yeah.
I'm just tired, man.
I considered picking up Virizion after Covalent got sent, but I already have Shaman, so no pick.
Virizian's a good mon, I think. Swords Dance, Calm Mind. Very specially defensive. Good speed. A good speed stat. Is it great on this team?
I think so.
At least he didn't have either of those two types yet. Like
I really like Virizion. I think that's a great pick. I love Virizion. Green goes and picks up Sandslash.
Well, it got spikes now.
I said this like earlier. That doesn't make it good.
Yeah, but I feel like with Free's team, he also needs
For 1 point though, like it's a usable mon.
Yeah, especially for 1 point. I agree.
I suppose. I still don't like it at all.
Just
But
wanna
it's
find a key
a
when
good value pick. It's a good value pick for Dan is back.
Daniel,
What's happening?
I missed you.
Hey, thanks, man. I missed you too.
So it's my go.
So Free traded down for Sandslash there. He told me he wanted Sandslash when he wanted the trade. He asked me, "Do you think it'll make it?" And I said, "Yeah, dude, it'll make it." But let's talk about. I want to just talk about Sandslash because it's a mon that got a lot of buffs this generation. Namely, the biggest one being it got spikes. So it's like a kind of like a fortress type Pokemon now, where it's it's a spinner and it's got access to rocks and spikes. So you got basically in one Pokemon a good ground type that clicks pretty strong earthquakes and knockoff and got some coverage move, rock polish, swords dance, all that stuff. And only now better because it's got complete control over the hazard game. So I love Sandslash. I think it's a great value pick for Free's team.
I'm taking.
Ooh, Talonflame. Okay.
I know it got like beat down by no Z moves. At the same time, I feel like it still fits Moltres' role. Well, alright, I'm gonna be real. I wanted Moltres so I could beat Mega Scissor. And for a defogger that can U-turn, right? It does all of those things. Plus, it's got some good abilities. I think it gives me a great speed tier as well. I have something faster than a lone Persian now. I think
in a world of boots, it gets a little better once again.
Yeah.
It'll never return to its Gen 6 glory days.
Right. Exactly.
But it takes a step towards avenging itself.
Yeah, and I've used it before, and I've enjoyed it. So I feel like I think it could win. I know how to be creative with that. So
I think it's a decent pick. But you're still not drafting knock resist, dude. I know you got Lucario now, but
Lucario is not a knock resist.
That ain't it, dude. That's not it. That's not enough.
There are only 4 other teams that I could afford Heracross right now, right?
That's why I love, dude. That's why I love Grimmsnarl, dude. It literally is like a great ghost. It's like one of the best ghost answers, best knock answers, like all in one. It's just like, oh my gosh.
So we got Seattle Slackings up next, and they take regular Rotom.
I'm surprised it lasted that long. That seems like the best pick so far.
Rotom's a good Pokemon. It's a good Volt Switcher. Yeah. It's a Defogger, a pretty useful speed tier because it outspeeds all the base 90s of the world, which is kind of underrated.
Yeah.
And just a unique combination. Also, again, I think we've talked about this a few times yesterday, probably today as well, but just having, when you draft an electric type, and your electric type that you drafted is also your ground immunity in one of these Rotom forms, your draft by virtue just like has a very easy time becoming ground resistant overall, which is key because ground is maybe the best offensive type in the game, if not one of, right? So all these Pokemon that are going to spam Earthquakes now are not quite as good against your team because your electric, which is normally a weakness, is now an immunity. Such a big just change in momentum and stacks the deck for you a little bit.
And that's one less team that could pick up Heracross. So.
I guess it's interesting to see like Nala in the stream, like he's going into these last rounds as a player who knows how this how things are going to shake down.
Right. because like I have the budget.
I think it's an interesting strategy, and I'm glad it seems to be at least somewhat paying off for you.
Zoroark. Well, that fits that speed tier. That closes the gap a little, but you've still got some almost.
It closes the gap a little, but not terrifically.
Yeah, like
But
something like.
it's also a weird mon, man. I don't understand this. I hope I don't play Bruno because just playing against this Pokemon just confuses me.
It's such an interesting and mind gamesy Pokemon.
Like, it's such a unique Pokemon that like I've never even considered drafting because I just don't care to try to play them. Like play those mind games.
It only works with mons that have some similar moves, because this way you could actually fake being another mon.
I'll say about Rose.
Does he have any Pokemon on his team that like it could easily fake pretend to be? Like
No metal.
but like not really. Like it's got to be clicking moves that other Pokemon
Roserade.
also learn.
Roserade because of
Sludge Bomb. That's true. Like when you're playing a Zoroark, the second you click Dark Pulse and like nothing else in this team learns Dark Pulse, it's like, huh.
Yeah, but like you can still serve that like surprise factor as long as you keep another one healthy.
And also like I hate whenever I play against Zoroark, I have to like keep track of like how much health everything has.
You can see that though, so it's not like super big deal.
So New York Yampers, Iceman Lewis takes Eldegoss. It's a good, maybe the best clearer at 2 points in the game.
You're solid. Eldegoss, I used it in NU.
If you need a 2-point clear, it's not going to get much better than a really bulky Pokemon that also has Regenerator. But the only problem with Eldegoss is like, dude's got nothing. It's so passive.
Yeah, it's like literally just can Leech Seed. It's pretty much it. Actually, isn't too.
Yeah, he's just absolutely
80 base special attack.
Rough. Guys, why did so many people dislike this video? That makes me say it.
There's no music.
Oh, this video's a disaster. What do you mean?
Yesterday was so hype.
Yeah, this is.
I think people are hyped. I think it's just no music.
I think it's winding down and people are like just kind of, I don't know, but like just
limping along. Just because it's day 2, don't worry about it. Also, I'm pretty sure it's people just memeing in the chat and like disliking it. See, now it went up again. It's just because you're drawing attention to it. I guarantee you, BC just disliked it. Changed his like from a dislike.
Bruh.
BC, can we get a response?
A Lowland Golem. You gotta think about that.
Trash.
I agree, but
Pretty bad Pokemon. He also, that's 2 back-to-back low-tier electric types. And
wait,
like,
what?
Still no removal.
I mean,
Apart from
Hydreigon and Conk are removal in these high tiers, but
like
neither wants to have to run Defog every week.
yeah.
Like, no good removal, I'll say. Conkeldur's good removal, but the problem with Conkeldurr, like, that I had last season, like, and I love Conkeldurr, so keep that in mind. But, you always want to run, like, the Flame Orb sets or something. And if you're not running Flame Orb, a lot of time you want to run, like, Assault Vest. And neither one of those sets ever wants to click Defog, because Assault Vest can't click Defog, and Flame Orb sets would rather always be attacking. Like, you're wasting time.
Yeah.
So, it's a good defogger, but it's hard to find a good set that uses defog. So, I don't know. I don't love the draft. I'm curious to see how the post-draft rankings go for this. But he's got a lot of budget left.
Yeah, he's got 15 points for 2 picks, so, or just one pick. I guess he can't do 1 pick, but
someone has more than me.
Asher Johnson says, "Don't worry, we don't dislike you, just the video." Dude, I don't dislike you either, but I wish more people would like the video.
Because you need music, you lazy bum.
Taking a look, we got OMG next.
My singing voice is pretty radical. If you guys want me to.
How much time does he have left?
While he's typing. So.
I mean, doesn't really matter at this point.
Where's the Meganium pick?
Wild.
Oh hell!
I've never seen that drafted in my entire life.
You know what's so funny, dude? When Generation 7 was released and Dodrio got Jump Kick, I remember EzBake telling me, dude, Dodrio's gonna be so good now. And I remember him saying, like, when we still put it in, like, one of the bottom tiers, he was like, dude, that's ridiculous. It's such a steal. And it's funny to now, all these years later, see him drafting it in E tier.
It's a guy.
Wait, is it 1 point? No, it's 3. Oh.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's a flying type.
It's a defogger. Spikes absolutely.
This is another one, kind of like in the same vein as Neff. Like, great day 1. I didn't love the direction the draft went on date 2.
Agreed.
And he's only got 5 points to try to salvage it. Not sure. Jatoon is up next. The Bud.
Not a clue what I want.
I think actually on the other side, Jatoon's had a decent, like an okay day 1, but a good day 2.
Yeah.
I think a Dragonite free agent is like gonna make this very good. Who's echoing?
Nala. I'm server muting him for a minute.
Banned.
I'll just server mute him until I get my pick. I think what I want to do is
You picked up clearing, final, but so you're in a better spot there. Your rockers are still slim.
I'm making that better. Don't worry. Actually, I don't know if I am. Hold on. I feel like this Pokemon should get it and doesn't, which is why I'm worried. It does get it. Okay. I'm taking Runerigas.
Okay.
Cool pick.
I think it fits so well on my team right now.
It's a rocker. It's a good ground type. You don't have that. It's a ghost type. You don't have that. I think it's a respectably synergistic pick, and at 4 points, it's pretty good value. So I like the pick, dude.
Yeah, get some offensive boosting if you need it.
And do we get to unmute Nala now?
I did unmute Nala.
I'm here.
You're back.
Hello.
Thank you for not echoing. But yeah, I think Rodriguez just a solid pick, dude. Some people had great day 2s and some people had mediocre day 2s, and I think you're on the good side of that, dude.
I'd like to think so. I
You
think,
made it.
yeah. I think a couple things getting sniped was rough for me, but I'm
Yeah,
happy
man,
with how
that's fast draft for you.
that's just how it be.
Like I got day 2, I didn't have as many tough snipes as I had on day 1. Day 1 was rough for me, man.
That was funny.
Huh?
Wait, I dare you to tell me there's still 2 more rounds of this. Oh my god. Monk picks
Ninja.
up Ninjask though.
L? Like,
It's just L. I mean,
I didn't know what you speed pass into on this draft. Like Obstagoon?
Magnezone.
bro.
oh man, Magnezone. Oh no.
Let me just bring in my ground type.
Body? I don't know.
Man, it's 1 point though, so I guess it's like not a high cost for that. So he's got it. I don't. If you wanted speed pass, there's probably better things for that.
I just love how Jatun said L.
L, that's all I could say, man. This might be the worst pick I think that's happened so far.
Right, well, it's about to go from the worst pick to the best pick, and I think Akeem knows what I'm gonna go for, and it's gonna be fire.
Are we skipping the mid draft again?
Yeah, we're skipping, dude. We're plowing, dude. I just trying to wrap this up.
Okay, to sum up round 10, some picks were good, some picks were bad. Ninjask got picked.
Akeem, you think this is good?
I think Sandslash. I don't even know why. Why did we put Sandslash at 1 point?
I don't know. It should have been 2.
It should have been 2. That's insane. That's an insane pick.
Akeem, you think this is good, right?
Wait, what did Stroke pick?
I'm asking him.
What is good? I don't know. Oh, is it what we talked about?
Yeah.
I go for it, dude.
Is it Sandslash though? Does Zerk?
Is it gonna be that level? All right, I respect it. I like. So let's just tell the guys on stream. Noah takes
Zerkatry.
Which means this draft is done.
Is that not taken?
Nope,
it's not.
I think it's a good value pick. He's got a powerhouse breaker for Zam to clean up house now. I think steel types kind of become a problem, but honestly, you've got a Terrakion. What am I saying?
And a Gliscor.
And a Centiskorch.
No, Centiskorch doesn't count.
Dude, don't even diss on Centiskorch.
No, honestly, dude, I think Xurkitry's a good pick here. You just get a powerful special breaker to just overwhelm things. Like, so Zam's answers just get really quickly overwhelmed.
I'm gonna be honest, I got sniped like like a lot in this draft, so it kind of shows in the last 5 picks, but it's whatever.
I mean, you got Wheezing.
Yeah, I got Weezing, and then I proceeded to get sniped from like Noivern, like so many Pokemon.
Oh, I'm still not over Cobalion. That was brutal.
It's been a train wreck.
What a
Not one day
disaster.
was the other.
Jatoon adding himself. I like that.
I've
What
done
you
that
get?
every round.
I know, but I still.
And
I
so
like
what
your
does Jatoon
commitment
take
to it.
here? What
That
does
is such a good question.
What does this draft really need?
It needs somebody. Not just anybody.
This draft has been graced by it's
You
been graced
need-
by his
What do you
beautiful
need?
voice.
An
think
electric type. Oh, you have Galvantula.
it's just a good, well-rounded draft. I think I know what you want to switch Dragonite to, and after that change, dude, I'm like, to
I'm
be fair,
doubting the Dragonite switch now.
I liked your drafts last season, and you didn't like it, and I like your draft this season, and I don't know. You always hate your own drafts.
That is a fact. It's like
You need Zatu. That's what you need. I've decided.
not need Zatu.
Come on, look
What
at
types
this
are you
fucking
missing,
weakness.
Jatoon?
I'm missing a
Psychic?
dark type.
No, you have a Psychic type.
I have a Deoxys defense.
Is that the only
You
type you're
do.
missing?
Yes. I know what I'm picking as a dark type. I don't know if I want to wait or not.
Pick Meganium.
I mean, you might
if
as well.
If it's higher tier,
Your
I'd
time
go
is
for it
running
now.
out.
If it's lower, yeah, your own timer's running out, bud.
Yeah, I know. I'm keeping track of it. Ah! Picking
Maybe
like
like
Some
2
nice.
points.
What about like Houndoom? Oh, you have Salazzle. I was gonna say, what about like Houndoom?
I love Lipard.
I mean, yeah, you also like Persian Alola, so I get that.
I'm so screwed if I don't get what I want next, though.
If
I think Lipard's good for me though. It gives me more speed. It gives me something that can possibly set up. It goes both ways. It has U-turn. It's a dark type that has Prankster, which is really nice.
Yeah, it gives you a damn annoying Pokemon, that's for sure.
Exactly.
And it's worth it for those. How many points? 2? 2.
Yeah. I saw Prankster T-Wave. I was like, wait, I'm doing
Yeah.
it. And then I did it.
We take those.
You really do. Next up is EzBake.
What's it gonna be?
Mismagius.
Mag.
Ooh. So he keeps Mismagius and Amogus from his last season roster.
I like
Interesting.
Mismagius a lot as a Pokemon. I think it's a great speed tier.
And it's an offensive goal
and his draft is done.
It's an offensive ghost type. We've talked about that, how important that is.
His removal is so bad.
It is so bad, dude. Colossal Dodrio Mismagius. I have to come every week. This is a
Mismagius doesn't have removal.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Oh my god, so my bad. I don't know why I thought it did first. Colossal Dodrio. Can you imagine having to bring a Dodrio every single week? Can you imagine? Like having like
The jump kick.
and 0 points, dude. 0 points. I was like, oh, he's probably got a few points to like pick something up next round, right? Like,
Nah, man.
man, this is a rough one, guys.
Alright, well, I'm up next.
Yeah, I see your conflict. I really do.
And if someone wants to tell me how many points Sigilyph is, if
More than
Zatu
3.
is 4 points,
It's more than 3.
I'm pretty sure
gonna be
is Sigilyph not on the tier list?
No.
It is. I think it's.
I'll put it in right now
I'm pretty
for
sure
you.
it is.
You want to make it 2 points
No.
for your boy? For your boy?
How many points was Zatu?
4?
4.
Okay.
I know you want to make it 2, dude.
One sec. I'm just pulling it up.
Make
So,
it 2 and you've
Did I
got
ever
a deal.
put Golbat in here, by the way?
No, you just totally lied to me both times. You said you were going to put something in.
Okay, Golbat is D3. Golbat's D3 now.
You should
and
pick up Scyther.
I think Xatu and Sigilif. I think Sigilif's probably going to be 5 points. Or 5 or 4. What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
I don't think it does anything.
What do you... I'm going to put it at...
It's actually solid now.
I'm going to put it at 5 points. It's better than Xatu.
But is it though?
Yes.
Okay, well I want a fighting resist that gets defog, so I might just end up picking Altaria then. Am I getting skipped here?
You are not getting skipped. I'll extend your timer because you.
A slight disaster.
Yeah, a little mishap right there.
Yeah, because I think right now I'm a little fighting weak, and I would love another thing to clear hazards. I know Girder clears hazards, and that could be interesting, but I don't think I really want a third fighting type.
Girder 2 points. Should be.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of points to work with here. I think I'm just gonna take Altaria. I'm okay with Altaria. That's my boy, and it gets Cloud9 for this rain team going on. So whatever.
Well, you got a sand team, so.
Why not?
Oh, 1 point. Oh wow, I didn't even realize.
Not a bad pick though.
It's it's a questionable one, but I'll take it.
The mega version is infinitely better, but I still think this version is also pretty.
Thanks. And it's not weak to ground or water, which I'm struggling with. So sure.
Very true. BC is up next.
I think I know what he wants here.
I do too. Yep. Takes the Girder.
Picks up Girder. I think Girder's a sick Pokemon. I love it at 2 points. It's a defogger, and unlike Conkeldurr, it's a very reliable defogger because it's got a Violite always as its item. It's also insanely physically bulky. It's like a really good, like, sorry to break it to you, Dan. It's a really good, like, Excadrill counter because it can switch into, like, Life Orb, Adam, and Excadrill, like, 3 times or something crazy and just click Drain Punch and just get it all its health back. It's also got Mach Punch, Knockout. It's got all the things that Conk loves except Earthquake, and it gets defog while it's at it. So just a great pick, and I think it's a good fit for this team, honestly. So I like this draft a lot overall. A lot of Pokemon I love here. It's gonna be one of my higher rated drafts for sure.
Yeah, I'm having trouble reading the board because none of the images are working. I don't know what these Pokemon are.
See, most of them are working on my stream right now. But all right, so it's Bruno is up next. Takes Mimikyu.
I don't love that actually for his draft, to be honest.
Yeah, not a huge fan. He already had a Fairy, and I think if you're trying to draft a Ghost type, not Mimikyu.
Speedster wasn't really great for him either. Argue is a steal at 10. Like, yeah.
I mean, he gets it late, but it is.
There weren't that many fast mons left for his team anyway. I guess didn't have a ghost type, did he? No.
Regular Zam is still on the board. That's a real. Still also gets Nasty Plot now.
He doesn't have enough points, I don't think.
He did before He does. Oh no, he doesn't. That's 12. Never mind. He actually splurges a little bit by grabbing Mimikyu and only has 1 point left for next round.
Like, I promise, Akeem, I'll pay you back. I swear.
For what?
He's like, I'm gonna go negative 1 point. So I promise I'll pay you back after. Yeah.
For sure.
Like, okay, but give me an FA, okay? I don't know how I feel about the draft I made, but we'll see.
Simple Tone. Toxicroak. I think that's a really.
I love
like
Toxicroak
a lot. It's a very unique sort of typing with poison fighting.
See, I don't love Toxicroak. I drafted it one time, and it really let me down a lot.
All right.
I really liked it season 1.
I liked it with
overruled.
Jatoon, are you still updating the rosters tab, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm doing a lot of things at once right now, so I don't have time.
You do it because I'm done.
Yeah, no, if you want to help out and update the rosters tab for Jatoon, I'm sure he'd really love you.
If you want me to, unless he does, he'd be salty if I took his job.
I do not care.
I don't think anyone would be salty.
Jatoon is contemplating his own life right now.
I mean, Toxic is cool because it's got Vacuum Wave, and Sucker Punch, and Bullet Punch, but not Mach Punch for some reason. I think Mach Punch would have always moved out. I was like, why didn't I get that? Like, it's one of those things where like, Game Freak, why'd you forget?
I guess it's because its hands are like have like a barb on it, so like
it's
it wouldn't.
Bullet Punch.
Yeah. It can reach bullet speeds, but it can't reach Mach speed.
I'm
Like,
pretty sure bullets are like way faster.
a plane's like or sonic speed is like deceptively. Oh, the speed of sound.
Sliggoo.
Okay.
Oh.
What a bit. Thank you, Noah. I appreciate you so much. I want to give you a fat kiss on your lips right now.
Hey, what do we put in if they don't have any picks?
What do you mean?
Like for the round 12, like if they can't have a pick,
You skip them.
Like so I put nothing on that.
I think you can just leave it blank. It's fine. Yeah.
I wanted to like notify who's done. Just like, is there a way I could like do like a dash or something, like a hyphen?
No, don't do that, please.
Okay.
Very sensitive spreadsheet.
Yeah.
But
I put one dash, the entire thing just collapses.
it might. Sliggoo gets picked up. We can
Malamar
get back
by
on track
3.
here. Yeah. Sliggoo. Not as good as Goomy, but I'll give him a pass for not picking up the legend himself. It's a dragon type, then gives him a grass immunity, which is really cool. And then Free picks up the Malamar, which, if I can pull up his draft here, where am I? Oh, so he scored Sandslash last round, now gets Malamar. Obviously pretty well known for its contrary superpower shenanigans, but I'm sure, knowing Free to be the battler that he is, he'll probably cook up some crazy set that will catch someone off guard. I think that's one of the best things about Pokemon like that are known for one specific role, is if you can bring it into draft and do something that is very well suited to taking on your opponent, they won't be expecting it and you can really do some damage.
That is very true. Malamar's a great pick. I love that Pokemon too. I think that's been my argument for everything that I like has been picked. But...
I like that pick a lot. That's a good pick.
Yeah. I like that Pokemon. It's a good pick. Is my
We're all
argument.
slowly losing our sanity in here.
Yeah, I low-key need a nap.
Unit 97, who just got Virizion. I don't remember what we said. I don't know if I was here when he made that Virizion pick. So.
Oh my god.
Oh, I left that up for
Oh no.
Oh my god, man.
Well, now
I'm
I
screwed.
What's your pick?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted that because it's a fighting resist that gets defog, but I left it for my boy because I love him. But it goes to Unit 97 anyways. I think it's a nice Pokemon. I don't think he had much of a fighting resist. Is that true? Or a fighting weakness? No, he already had Gligar and stuff. So actually, he's got a lot of flying types now.
4?
Thundurus, Moltres, Gligar, and now Togetic. Yeah, it's a whole lot of flying types.
That's a little.
But he does have Weavile, so he'll never have to be scared of running into that thing, I guess.
I would like to cry.
Tornadus.
Yep, speaking of flying types, Tornadus now goes through Livegrade. That thing betrayed me. I think I was complaining about this last time because I missed Focus Blast, I think, 3 or 4 times in a row. So that thing has not been a member of the Syracuse Sylveon since my very first competitive season.
Can't say I blame you. Not gonna lie.
But hopefully it, serves him better. But
Just gotta get some glass.
I think it's okay on this team. It gets him that remover that he's needing. It's not the best one either, but it's another remover nonetheless.
Yeah, it has defog. So.
Boots and Nasty Plot is nice for it too.
Oh right, it gets that nice DLC. Nasty Plot, not bad, not bad. If it can hit Focus Blast. I'm not salty.
Or Hurricane.
Or a Nasty Plot blunder policy.
Oh, there we go. Ashwat Senpai now, who just picked up Rotom Fan, which I always think of kind of a meme pick, but
I wish he still didn't snipe me, but I'm not over that.
Suits his draft pretty well, I would say. But let's see what he goes for here. Only has 4 points to work with. Goes with the Thievul to get another cheap dark type, similar to other coaches we've seen so far. I honestly don't really know what Thievul does. I might have to feed the floor to someone else. I don't know what Thievul does at all.
It has Stakeout, which I guess was kind of cool. It's U-turn.
It's base 90 speed, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's kind of fast, it kind of hits hard, it has priority. It doesn't look awful, but it doesn't look great at the same time, but I think it's an okay value.
Decent coverage. I mean, for 1 point, seems like kind of a steal.
Oh, right.
Pokemon.
And it gives him another pivoter. I like that. Good stuff. Good stuff, Thievul.
Good stuff, Thievul. The boy.
Toti is up next. Gets Corsola Galar.
Oh my god, I'm so happy I traded Lucario for Cofagrigus. I was gonna pick that up, and I'm so happy I didn't.
The Corsola Galar, definitely one of the tankier Pokemon we've ever
Wait, what do you
seen.
mean? Oh, no, so you said you wanted it before and now you don't?
No, I don't, because I want a budget.
Well, I'm glad it worked out for you then, buddy, because it would have unsniped one pick
Yeah.
before you.
Yeah, oh, it's my pick. Interesting. Good to know. Speaking of Corsola, well, if Jutunu wants to at me, I'll pick whenever that happens. I'm just saying, because it's a good segue. I want to take Corsola, so like.
You're going for so Corsola goes right after Corsola Galar.
Yeah, because I wanted to try Numon again. Like I'm fine with that. It gets rocks, right? So now I have a third rocker, apart from Nihilego and Sandaconda, which don't always want to run rocks. It's also really good on the special side, and can be a threat under Trick Room, which I can do with Porygon if I really wanted to.
I think that's fair. I'm not a big Corsola fan. I think Strength Sap's really cool on it, but then you realize like you still die to all physical attacks after a Strength Sap.
It does get Iron Defense, so.
Not a huge fan personally, but I'll admit, I was looking at it for a while because I was also thinking about drafting it. I just think I kind of convinced myself out of it, which is why I'm talking about it now. Because I was looking at drafting it for a while too. It is also a rocker, which is cool.
Yeah.
Corsola is cool.
And it's
wall
crazy
breaking
wall breaking potential.
Yeah.
And like, I kind of wish it was a rock ghost type. That would have been cool. I was kind of.
I agree, actually.
I was kind of bummed that they took away the Corsola rock typing. It would have been cool if it was like Corsola was rock water and like Galarian Corsola line was rock ghost instead, and then you could get like power gem stab and stuff.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty cool. That's what I don't know. Come on, Game Freak.
People are really digging deep here.
Yep. Ariados, speaking of digging deep, goes to Luis. Monsieur Luis.
I mean, I guess you really wanted webs. That's all you're getting. Fair enough.
Mr.
After one
Kraken Nation.
Oh, it's the homie, the host with the most.
Yeah, so I've been talking to some folks. I'm having a tough time with this pick here. I'm really split between two very similar mons, but also very different in their roles. I'll talk about what I'm between right now. Actually, I don't really care. I'm not going to get both, obviously. I'm between Vileplume and Roselia. I've always loved Vileplume every time I've drafted it ever. It's like it was the OG Strength Sap mon before Strength Sap was like widely distributed, and people forgot how good it was. That move was all the time. It's got a like weird coverage with things like Moonblast and stuff. Just always really like this mon, but on the other hand, Roselia gives me the spikes and T-spikes. So I'm really in a tough spot here between these two.
If I could say one thing that would make me go for Roselia over Vileplume is that you've got Feeny, and part of Vileplume's niche is that it can put things to sleep or paralyze with its ability. And with Terrain Up, you may not be able to do that.
It's an interesting point. That might be enough to sway the argument, honestly. I kind of like that's a good point. Not like a significant, I think, difference, but maybe enough to tip the scales, right?
You have 10 seconds.
So I'll go for Roselia.
Oh, that's
I was leaning. I'll be honest. I was leaning Roselia anyways. I have 1 point left now, which kind of sucks because I'm gonna have to pick up some. And all the good 1-point mons are definitely already gone.
Akeem
Imagine
the guy to grief Roserade and then pick Roselia.
That's what my
Meganium
thing is
is
with
there.
him.
Because Roserade is 7 points, Roselia is 2, and I draft them for all the same reasons.
All I'm saying is Meganium is still there. So.
Dude, Torterra also still
I need a
there.
ground resist.
If Akeem
What?
Cleavani.
Ooh, Tyrantrum.
That was my Regirock backup.
That's a good mon.
That's a
I
great
feel like
mon.
it doesn't get enough love.
Agreed. Great mon, dude. Switch into this head smash you're gonna struggle. I like that he finally picked up something to actually speed pass into.
Yeah, it was about time. It really was.
It could be a safe speed pass, but it will be a speed pass nonetheless.
I think it's a good choice to speed pass. It's probably his go-to speed pass mon now, like Banded Tyrantrum, clicking head smash. Like, I don't think any Pokemon in the game can take that.
Oh, Akeem, I see a Fire Mon that you could pick up.
Speaking of fire mons, Neff picks up Venomoth.
Ooh,
I like
that's a
it.
threat.
It was really good with Z moves, but I think without Z moves, it's not.
Venomoth is a cool mon. That's why it's cheaper now than it used to be back in the day.
5 points though.
But still
so.
it's only 5 points. It used to be like a C tier mon, dude. With Z moves. I think what's cool about it though is it also gets toxic spikes. That people forget that. It's not a very good T spiker, but it gets that, so it can do that, fill that role for you.
Man, Focus Sash.
I'm loving that everyone has no budget left, and I could just decide out loud on whether I want Durant or Heracross.
I definitely think you go Heracross there, dude.
Horus still has 14 points.
I'm still hoping that Cobalion gets dropped. So Durant would be better, in my opinion. I also wouldn't be able to pick up Cobalion if I had Heracross.
That's redundant either way.
Here comes Horace, the man with the plan. What's it gonna be? Literally no idea what this man is doing. But he's got 14 points.
And he won Zard.
Make a Zard X.
Okay.
Yeah. He's trying to steal my offensive.
Wait, did he just took Megazard X in round 11?
I don't know. If you were gonna tell me that Zard X went in round 11,
wait, did he actually go for it? That's crazy. That's hilarious. Picking up. I mean, I don't love it. What are this draft's hazard clears? Fortress? That's it. He's bringing Fortress every week. Confirmed.
And Togekiss.
Oh, right, Togekiss. Okay, all right, I guess it's a little better. But, bro...
Yeah, but Togekiss is a terrible remover.
I agree. I mean, Nala, you can speak from experience, dude. Like, when you draft...
I had more than that. I had Blackstone.
Oh, my dog is protecting us from people.
Falling apart.
Yeah, things are getting crazy. A truck just drove across the street. Game over. She hates trucks. Cars, fine. Trucks, no way, dude. Not in my house.
B-tier, what the heck?
Pisces, do it, baby. Finish us up. Bring us home.
Here's the thing. I think I'm gonna pick up Durant because I got that FA from the trade we did, Dan. So I can always just swap it out, and then I'd still be with 3.
Oh, you know I'm helping you out with free agents. I got you.
Yeah.
Like, I told you I was going to look at that thing you offered. I didn't look at it at all. I just said, you know what?
I know you did. You said tempting and then didn't. Ooh, Deancey.
Akeem, really? Also, the D3 tier is stuff. I don't know.
I think Dancy is an awesome pick.
Yeah, and it got all these crazy moves from the DLC.
I had.
What just happened?
I have
He needs
no
to do
idea
the
what
wheel,
just
though.
happened.
What?
Somebody put a space on the spreadsheet, and then it all just went to crap.
Nala.
Me? I'm not even on that spreadsheet.
Anyways,
It's coming
yes,
to an
no, dude,
end.
I'm unironically looking at that Pokemon.
Not the second one, dude. Please.
Dude, I'm very seriously considering it.
No, it's terrible.
Jorz is done.
Yep, you're right.
Oh, everyone. Oh,
This is gonna be
please be a
annoying.
fast round. Oh my lord.
Me?
It
Well,
is.
all right. I gotta take my minute and a half.
I think Dancy's a sick pick.
All right. Help me reason. Durant or Heracross? Because I do want to keep that extra FA in case.
No, I think you need Heracross for knockoff.
I think Heracross is better.
That's
Luna,
what I'm
shut
thinking.
up.
I could always trade. I have
Luna.
Yeah, you guys are right.
You're
Thank you.
not like that, dude.
Wait, you want to knock
Oh
off?
my god.
This truck
Heracross
just
is
drove
pretty
back
great.
the other way across our street. They're like trying to mess this up.
Nala, why don't you pick Klefki?
Everyone's saying rough in the chat. That's so weird.
Klefki? Because I have a steel type in Lucario and a fairy.
That's your.
Anyways, I think Heracross, Nala, I think you made the 100% right choice. Also,
Yeah,
don't
'cause-
sleep. You got a Spikesmon, dude.
I know. And a lot of these teams lose the spikes, which I'm really happy about.
Monk
Like, if it
takes
really comes down to it.
Regice.
I'm still confused because he still has 2 points left over.
He might be. He's doing a free agent. He's doing a free agent.
Probably
I
doing a
think.
free agent, yeah.
point.
Also, like sometimes you'll have a point or two left over at the end.
Yeah.
Points are.
Like,
Yeah, but having 5 points and picking Regice.
If he doesn't drop Ninjask for an actual usable mon, I'll be shocked.
I think we're having a few questions about a grace period.
To clarify, guys, grace period, you are allowed to make trades are allowed as soon as the draft is over. Trades, free agents are all allowed. Trades have been allowed, as you guys have seen, through the draft, so that's totally fine. But free agents you're eligible to make them as soon as the draft starts or as it ends, and then, but you aren't getting free agents per se. So the number of free agents you ended the draft with, you don't get like 6 hours to do unlimited free agents. That doesn't change, but you can make them as soon as the draft ends. So everyone starts with 3. Some people have traded to have a little bit more. Some people have traded to have a little bit less. Keep that in mind. But yeah, that answers all the questions.
Glaceon is kind of cool. Yeah, I think that was in the Discord and on YouTube. Join the Discord, by the way. Link in the description.
Yeah. Dude, Anal the boy. Gotta love it.
Glaceon going to the Greenwich Glaceon.
Pronounced
I like
Greenwich.
Glaceon.
Point for picking your mouth. Yeah,
It's pronounced
Triggered.
Greenwich.
it's Greenwich.
It's Greenwich. Dude, we used to race against them in high school.
Nah, we didn't.
At regionals, dude.
I don't know you. Don't stop that.
I think it's the European one though.
I love Alola Executor. It's so fun.
He picks up Executor Alola. What
Dude,
I love
I have
that
never
song.
actually seen it drafted, and I am so glad we finally put it low enough that it got drafted. Because
love that thing.
I think
It's
that's
a low tier monster.
absolutely awesome. I love the pick. Honestly,
Dude, it
like this
gets
thing's got
Lapras back
baller
from
stats, dude.
I know. It's just its typing is garbage.
Didn't it get stuff from the DLC? Or am I tripping?
I don't know.
I don't think it got anything.
All right, who's the next boy?
Lake Ross got skipped.
My-
Toti is up. Nope, Toti is done.
Let me out. Let
El
me out.
El Paso
Chinchinos.
Chinchinos. So,
Okay.
So Oshawott Senpai.
It brings me joy every time. Shuat Senpai.
On? I think he left. I think Klein.
Oh, he pieced out with 3 points left.
Maybe
No,
he'll
he's
come
always
back.
been invisible. He's invisible, always.
Mr. Pie, what's it gonna be?
Jeet pie.
It's gonna be Torterra.
Please be
Meganium.
Torterra. Oh my god, no, it's Torterra. It's Torterra. I swear to God, it's definitely.
Meganium, please. Is he done? Oh no, he's there. He's typing. Meganium.
How many points are Torterra and Meganium? Meganium's one,
One.
obviously, but how many is Torterra?
Lycanroc, Midnight.
Torterra's 2, dude. Torterra's twice as valuable as Meganium.
Alright, stop saying that like it's 20 and 10.
Twice as many points.
I would honestly rather him pick up.
It's twice as good, confirmed.
Okay, but he picked up Lycanroc Midnight. None of that garbage grass type.
Livegrade is up.
Want to know something funny? Meganium has like 80 base speed for no reason.
Yeah. Slurpuff.
Come on.
Doesn't need it.
Ooh.
It's a Weber now, which is nice.
Well, it was a
We got
Weber.
some whack drafts here, guys. This is a weird draft, though.
I think a lot of people want to trade.
This has been a weird draft period. Like there's
It's
so
been such
many
a fun time, but so many weird picks.
I think the thing with this draft is a bunch of people got sniped right away, and then the
Everyone
other half of the people
imploded?
didn't realize they got sniped until a few rounds later when they needed that ball, and then they were like, oh.
Wow. Okay. Alrighty. I gotta decide what I'm going for here. Still, actually.
All right, I'll smell you kids later.
Man.
He makes his last
No
freaking
way
tip.
he took Shinotic. Oh my god, that's disgusting.
And
What's crazy is you could have picked Meganium. If you're telling me Shinotic is worse than Meganium, you're correct. If you think it's better, you're actually on crack.
Shinotic. Let me see.
Doing a speed round.
Shinotic. I'm not sure. I think it's probably about as good as Meganium.
Yes.
Speaking of,
No,
Bruno,
no. Dude, everyone's drafting these Pokemon just to meme.
Bruno just broke the server. Bruno, if I play you, I'm forfeiting. Hands down. I can't even play that god. I should have seen it coming too. No grass type. That's amazing. Oh.
I have no comment.
Torterra was on the
Jeff
board.
is up next.
Bruno's about to get.
Did Bruno have any points though?
No, he only had one.
Oh, he only had one. Dude, there's
He
definitely
could've-
better one. Dude, Quilladin is better.
No, it's all right. You're.
Quilladin is so much better than Meganium, dude.
Bro, Meganium got body press.
Well,
It's actually.
I just
like,
threw my mic across the room out of anger. Dude, Quilladin is
Bruno's about to
bulkier.
get all the C's.
Quilladin is bulkier, dude. Quilladin gets spikes, better coverage.
Wait. Did this dude just take Mr. Galar when he could have taken Mr. Rhyme?
How do
Oh my
I
God,
type
this
this Pokemon?
Dude, I don't know. Put a space
Wait,
after the
Ned,
Mr. Dot space mime dash Galar.
That's what I did.
Oh,
No,
Just
there's no
don't
space.
work.
I don't think there's a space.
maybe there's not a space.
Is it even in the doc?
Bro.
It is in the dog. It looks like maybe there's a space at the end after Galar. Sometimes it does that.
Okay, look at the draft board. However it is there is the correct way, we assume.
I have it right, but it's not. It's just not.
Okay, it's not the end of the world. Wait, let me try something. Space thing.
I would
Okay,
pick.
never mind.
Oh, I pasted it exactly like it appears there.
All right, well, I guess we should move on. We can figure this out after.
Fixed.
It's Simple done. Simple is not done. He's got 2 points.
Bruno, I am so
Bruno's gonna get all the C's.
instant F, dude. Instant F grade. Imagine when you could have drafted Quilladin and you drafted Meganium. Ferroseed was on the board, dude. You telling me Ferroseed is? Oh wait, no, Ferroseed's 2 points.
No, fair. Yeah, okay.
I
I was gonna say there's no way that Pharisee is the same tier as Meganium.
would have. I'm gonna list off Pokemon I would have rather had. Executor,
No, that's not true.
regular Executor, absolutely.
That's not even a poor man.
Blossoms right just about the same.
Is it for 1 point? I would 100% have Executive over that.
Oh, Executor does things, dude. Harvest.
Like what? Okay, you're gonna harvest on a mon 4 times a week to bug.
125 special.
125 special attack and harvest, dude.
It's
You know,
slow.
I'd rather have
It's not even
Swadloon,
Good
dude.
moveset,
Webs.
It gets wish.
Swadloon, a Violite with webs.
Wait, does Executor? It does get Wish. That's amazing.
Bro, if Bruno doesn't free agent Meganium right after this draft, I'm gonna be really annoyed.
Why would you get Swadloon when you could get
Carkle. He picked up Carkle. I'm so done. PU monster right there.
Carkle is like actually okay, but like
All right.
The whole thing just lost their minds.
All right, pick up Executor right now. You don't have a. You do have a psychic touch. Damn it.
Keem, don't do it.
I don't even know whose pick we're on right now. I'm so lost.
Yours.
What?
Oh no.
Are we actually?
Yeah.
You're on you, but not pick that mon, please. It is terrible.
Not pick it. I don't know what it is, but pick it.
Okay, I'm like
Pick it.
pretty sold on this Pokemon, dude. And everyone's gonna meme the crap out of me, but I'm like really
Bro,
into it.
Pick it.
If he's picking Carnivine, I'm gonna flip.
No, I know what he's gonna pick, and I don't get why he thinks it's good.
I don't think it's good, but I think
Oh,
probably
he's picking Clefairy.
Oh, you wish.
Yeah.
Wait,
I wish.
Just give me a sec, cause I just want to look at one thing real quick.
30 seconds left.
There's
So
not.
just pick Reboot and get it over with.
It's between
No,
two
that's what we
Pokemon,
wanted.
and I'm thinking
We
it's
wanted
gonna be
you.
this.
Strokefish is timing you down now.
25.
Dude, he's stressed because he doesn't like what I'm picking right now. Let's go.
Wait, you're actually an ape.
It's not even on.
Dude, let's go. Let's
You know what's
go.
crazy?
This monkey picked
Necrozma went
Oliver.
undrafted. Necrozma actually just went undrafted.
Dude, let's go, dude. Dude, are you guys a Violite Dottler body press, dude? Let's go.
This is the most
Shut up.
garbage pick I've ever seen in my entire
Dude,
life.
look at this thing's move. Sticky web.
Wow, that's one whole move, dude.
Dude,
Holy
it's
moly.
the best.
Look at this move, guys! It has sticky web.
Oh no, it gets shut down by Taunt. What am I ever to do?
Body press, dude.
Unbelievable.
Boom, roasted.
All right, it's Iceman's turn if he can go. He's capable. He has 2 coins.
Dude, I
Electivire.
love the Dottler pick, dude. That's next level big brain.
You aren't
I am
allowed
not-
to talk for the rest of this draft.
I am not. Yeah, Bruno, good pick.
Electivire is cool for 2 points, I will admit.
I'm not
Electivire's
a fan of
good.
Electivire. No, I don't like it. It
It's a
doesn't like,
crazy move.
do anything.
It's
Yeah,
such
but it can't use its moveset. Like it like when you try, it just never gets those damage rolls. Like
I
it
do
just-
not agree. Like, at all.
All right. Well, someone drafted Meganium, so I think I'm right.
Free went and drafted Reboot.
Oh, Free gets the Reboot.
Raboot is actually a threat. Though.
What is this?
Easy is done. Easy is done. Dude, are you done?
I love Lake Ross in the chat cracking. Look at these moves. Sticky web.
Insane move, fool. It's nuts.
Can't believe I just drafted Dottler. I'll probably free agent it like instantly.
What?
For what?
You were gonna draft?
I mean, once the draft is over, I'll talk about what I was actually looking at as well. But the memes are pretty funny. Also, Dottler actually is unironically like an actually really good mon for my team.
No.
I have a strange feeling a lot of people, more than half the league, are gonna drop at least one mon. I just have a strange feeling.
Like Dottler's actually kind of a baller for my draft. Like, how are you beating Sticky Webs for my Garchomp, bro? Get out of here. You got out of town.
Taunt?
Dude,
What are you
hey,
smoking?
you can't just
Alright,
always
who
run
is your
taunt.
dealer? Who is supplying you with the douche?
Jujun, you're our last pick, and then we have Horace with the. Oh no, Horace is done. Yeah.
Jujun's got 2
I'm
points.
the last pick of the draft.
No pick could possibly as heater as Dottler. So I dare you to pick something better.
Jujun, you better pick up Torterra. We gotta see it.
Sucks.
Does he have a grass type? Yeah, he does. He has a grass and a ground type.
And a
I'm
guy, yeah,
looking
but
at a couple different things.
Otherwise, I'd say slam the pick. But
I'm okay. There are a few things I'm surprised didn't get drafted. 1, Necrozma. 2, Mamoswine, which
Metagross?
literally won last season. I think Mega Aggron. No, it did get drafted. Okay, I was gonna say.
Hitmonchan gets Rapid Spin, right? Do you want a Hazard Glare? No.
Shannon.
Swoobat.
Yeah, but he has Lope. I don't think he's ever bringing Chan over Mega Lope.
Dude, Dottler gets Iron Defense Body Press.
All right, but you're never Iron Defensing if someone taunts you.
This
Okay.
is sad because this is not a meme pick, but I don't know what else to do. Unless
Turntonator.
I'll tell you what the best Pokemon on my board are. Since you're the last pick, you want me to read me off? I can read you off the top Pokemon I have available right now.
I probably won't be picking it anyway. So
The best 2 Pokemon available is Hitmonchan, then Ferroseed, Haunter.
Yo, why'd you ask him if you were just gonna tell him anyway?
It's my stream. Do what I want.
When Nala went into
I
general.
tried to click on the notification, but then it went up, so I went in the wrong. voice
Dottler, anyone who tells anyone who tells you that Dottler isn't insane needs to get out of town.
let's see how quick I regret that pick.
What is it? 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 What is it?
Fairy.
Cliff. Oh,
It's not that bad.
it's not
I
awful.
actually like the fairy.
Oh, but I like the
that.
fairy. It's a
I think it's
reliable
pretty
rocker. It's
I
a
think it's
bad
pretty
fairy, but it's a reliable rocker.
It's a better fairy than Blue, in my opinion. Well,
What?
Bulu has play rough now. Bulu's an actual fairy.
yeah,
now.
that's why I changed my mind. That's why I changed
Did
my
you
mind.
guys just hear this man say that Clefairy is a better fairy type than Tapu Bulu?
Well, no, but like he's right. If this was Gen 7, I would have like not necessarily agreed,
why I
but I would have
changed my mind.
understood. You know, I would have been like, okay,
I
that's
changed my mind. I changed my
but-
mind.
No, I
literally
respect
cut
you. I respect you, Nala. Don't worry.
Thank you. Jatoon doesn't. Jatoon thinks I'm black.
I think you were
I think you
smoking
are-
a lot of
I
crack
think you
cocaine.
do. I think you do have a lot of unopinions, though. Anyways, guys.
I
All
mean,
right, and with
what
that,
drafted Meganium?
all right. So Iceman
Game
wants to
room
do us to go over the teams. Now
Oh,
the
you're
draft
killing
is
me,
done. I'm gonna rip through these teams real quick. You guys ready? Let's.
Yeah, they're all garbage.
You're all trash.
Well.
You're all gonna get 6-0'd by me. Good night. Like that's there's your
My
analysis.
dollar. Iron Defense.
I'm gonna
Body
sing. Iron Defense Dottler is coming for every single soul in this league. Just you wait.
So ready to play against your Dollar. Please bring Dollar against me, dude.
Dude, honestly, I feel like I'm so excited for Dottler, dude. I'm into it.
Please bring us.
I might free agent it for Munchlax though.
Crazy. Crazy.
I'm so hard about Dollar, the greatest part of my team, but I'm gonna free agent him.
Imagine drafting Snorlax just to demote it.
Dude, Munchlax is kind of sick though. Just ask Jatoon.
Yeah, no, it's actually really bulky.
Like Munchlax is nuts, and I have good knock switch-ins. So
Your thought process is one of the most convoluted things I've ever seen.
bro, I'm chilling.
Again, if I fight Bruno, I'm forfeiting. I can't be big.
You got like 5 more minutes of my time before I.
All right, guys. Akeem has been so salty this whole stream. What do you even mean, dude? Dottler is the big brains, and I think everyone else just can't handle the big brains that I have. Everyone's like, "Wow, how did I not realize how good Dottler was?" Better just crap on it so I don't feel bad about myself when I go to bed tonight.
I think Monk wants to make a transaction, so let's
So-
make a channel. I don't think he's the only one either. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, guys. The draft has been fun. It's been real. Stay tuned
fun.
for some post-draft analysis, both in the Discord and on the server, on this channel. Make sure to do that. I'm really tired, so we got to end this before it gets too crazy in here. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Peace.
Meganium is better.
Goodbye, I love you all.
Meganium is not better. I didn't end the stream just so that I could say that Torterra is in fact better.
No.